So I'm balls deep in this guy, right?
So there I was. I says.
He has the nerve.
God don't make no junk.
He has the nerve to give me a reach around. I say, whoa, dude, I'm not a kid.
Hey, man, we're at Home Depot. I only do that shit at Lowe's. Did your pops leave?
I don't know. Probably. It's a school night.
Yeah.
All right, we
He
are
needs his
live.
ice cream.
Welcome back to the
We Got Five on It
podcast.
So, we are back.
We are back.
We are back.
We are
Once
back.
again, coming from you live from Uncle Bob's Sports Bar on a Tuesday night. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and most importantly, download our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play.
Tell like 9 friends.
Just tell 9.
Mm-hmm.
You got 9 on it.
Man, I only have 4 friends, but I'll tell them twice.
Everyone tell a baseball team.
Yes.
There we go.
Exactly.
That
Except the
works.
pitchers are weird.
Yeah. Little League might be out of their range, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Tell them anyways.
But yeah. So this week our top 5 is the top 5 things that happen in movies that do not happen in real life. I think this one could be pretty fun.
Yeah. Not so much the Star Wars, the crazy stuff, the dragons and whatnot. More just like
Yes.
the realistic things that don't happen.
Exactly.
Real life stuff that doesn't happen in real life.
Yes.
Exactly.
The real life
Apologize for the noise.
bullshit. I guess I'm batting leadoff. This week, my list is brought to you by the San Diego Airport, Terminal 2 specifically,
I love it.
because Rybo and I were just talking. I fly out on Thursday morning, 7:20 a.m. to Hawaii, Maui, going to see, going to a wedding. Come to find out, Rybo's going to be at the same exact terminal at the same exact time, flying to Cabo to go to a bachelor party.
Yeah, I literally leave
Yeah,
5
one guy,
minutes after.
one guy about to ruin his life, and one guy ruining his life in the same exact weekend.
Can you believe it?
Yeah,
The dichotomy
but
of that is amazing.
yeah,
What are the chances of that?
random.
I guess
chance.
pretty
And
good.
I'll be there, and we're gonna be at the bar.
That shit happens
6:30.
in movies, by the way.
So if
That
you,
does happen.
If you want to meet us at the Terminal 2 bar,
Yep.
6:30 a.m., probably closer to 6-ish,
Yep.
I would say. Go ahead if you want to come on and meet us down.
How
Yeah.
far do you think I can make it without a boarding pass?
I
Just-
don't know, actually.
I think if you like rented a small child, said that they were going, you know,
Ooh, there you
that
go.
might be the play.
Oh, he's got to go to
Yeah.
the bathroom.
I feel like they've thought about that. The Taliban has probably also thought about that.
Yeah. Or
Don't
you could
give
just
'em
buy
ideas.
a ticket and come to Cabo with me.
Oh, that's an even better
or
play.
Hawaii with Cam.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
Go to Cabo. It's a lot more fun.
Okay, I'll go to Cabo.
Okay, jumping in. Number 5 for me. You can go either way. Ugly guys getting the hot girl, or hot girls enjoying an ugly guy. Doesn't happen all that often in real life. You
No.
will find it 1% of the time in the world. Sorry, ugly guys. Figure it out. Number 4, getting away with crimes. There's a lot of crimes going on in movies that they just do them and then nothing happens. Cops don't find them. They just walk in. Yeah, I'm going to kill this guy. Nowadays, you fucking get caught. I listen to Sword and Scale. You get caught every time.
Pretty much every time.
You get fucking caught. You don't get away with shit anymore. Number 3, being able to board a plane after the gate has already closed and these guys are like, no, I got to get on there.
I love her.
Jenny's on there. And I'm like, they're like, no, fuck you. We closed the gate. You're out of luck.
Yeah.
Because you know what? If you miss just a layover, they're not letting your ass on, and you don't have true love on that plane. You're just trying to get back to fucking Arkansas.
Yep.
Number 2, the nice guy wins. Doesn't really happen all that often in real life.
Okay.
Whoever, I don't care if you're the nice guy, like, oh, I just tried my best. No, you're not going to win. The guy that makes the team, the guy that does this, the guy that does that, you don't do it.
Rudy was offsides.
Rudy's offsides, and, I mean, it doesn't happen. Mark Wahlberg doesn't make the fucking Eagles as
That
a
actually
bar.
did happen, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
That's
but
based on a true story.
that didn't happen.
Mark Wahlberg at 5'7". I'm sure the guy was a lot bigger.
He was a
Vince
gym.
Papali did.
He was a gym rat.
Yeah. And number 1, clear cut number 1, the love story bullshit. Not real. It's not real. I have a great example. I'll save it for
Yeah, I
when
can't
we
wait
get
to get
into
into
it
that one, yeah.
because there's a very prime example for a lot of people's love movie nonsense. And I'm going to save it because it's a bunch of horse shit.
Okay.
But that's it. Yeah, top 5 right there. San Diego Airport.
Yeah. I can't wait. Can't wait.
All right, so my top 5 is brought to you by Pop Tarts.
Ooh.
For those that don't know, that's my dog's name. Shout out Pop Tart and Waffle.
I just
love
saw
you
her
guys.
the other day.
Don't forget about Waffle.
She got a haircut. She
I
looks
love
great.
Waffle. People think I hate Waffle, but I don't hate Waffle. I just love Pop Tart a little more.
Have you seen them since the haircuts?
I did.
At
They
least
look
you admit it.
hilarious.
They're so cute. Everyone's got a favorite, man.
At least to admit it, though.
Every parent has a favorite. Every person has a favorite pet, dog, whatever it is.
Kid,
That's what I'm saying.
absolutely
favorite kid.
they do.
If you think I'm a liar,
I have a funny
you're
story
full of
about
shit.
that. I'll save it for later, though.
'Kay.
That's a good one. I'll write it down.
My number 5, and a lot of these are just kind of quotes because they're kind of longer, but I'm going to go through them regardless. Number 5, walking into a bar and say, I'll have a beer, and getting served a beer with no further explanation.
No label, no nothing.
No nada. Number 4, not eating breakfast. May not mean what you think it means. We can dive into that one.
Yeah, I do.
Because that one, and
I have
that's
questions on that one.
You're a big breakfast guy,
I'm
huh?
a big. It's my favorite meal
Yeah.
of the day.
Yeah.
My dog's names are fucking Pop Tart and Waffle,
Yeah.
for Christ's sakes.
I don't eat breakfast.
I love Pop Tarts. Number 3, but wait, I can explain. Or wait, hold on, and then it gets cut off. Number 2, unconscious, no problem. You could be knocked out for an hour, and next thing you know, you could fight off 50 ninjas.
Yep.
I don't think that's how the brain
John
works.
Wick.
Don't think that's how the brain works. Number 1, this one really bothers me because apparently people in movies are just fucking animals. No cleanup after sex.
This is a great one. This
There's
is such a good one.
never any cleanup after sex. Never.
Yeah, you can't. It's a good pick. It's a
I-
great pick.
Can
It
I-
blows my mind.
Can I say what I think they do, or let's save it?
We can save it because
Okay, we'll save it.
I need some.
Okay.
Maybe
I
I'm
got you.
missing something.
Yeah,
but
I feel like we should go play by play on
I
that
don't.
one.
I don't
Okay.
understand.
The
how that's a
only
thing.
there's only one logical explanation, and I'll give it to you later.
Okay. Can't wait. Bart Scott. Can't wait.
That's one of my favorite gifts to send.
Yeah, me too.
Gifts or gifs? What do you guys say?
GIF.
GIF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Hard,
for sure. I
hard
trust
G.
you. You're like a
Hard G.
Twitter god. So
It's a graphic.
I trust Tybo on that one.
graphic,
All 87 followers.
graphic.
Follow me.
that doesn't matter.
At
What does it
the
stand
original
for?
Tybo.
Graphic
God,
image.
it's funny. I don't
No,
know.
it's like graphic image. Something.
Gosh, it's funny.
graphic.
Golly.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it's probably
Format.
graphic image format.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, all one word. It's funny.
It's the best thing that's happened to text message. Ever.
Oh, dude, I
For
can have
sure. I
send them
conversations
all the time.
just with those.
Straight
Yeah.
gifts.
Yep.
You could
pretty
do
good.
them just off Steve Carell from The Office.
You really can.
all of the Office ones are by far the best.
Yeah.
Office ones are great.
Yeah.
And the most usable. Like they're very.
The Michael Scott one where he's screaming no when he realizes that Toby's back. I send that at least once a week. When somebody says to me something stupid, I just go, no, God, no.
Yeah, they're great.
Kevin dropping the chili.
All right, my list is brought to you by the Quiet Cool Fan.
Oh.
Yeah,
What's that?
it's like a. You've never heard of the Quiet Cool?
No, because I'm definitely not a quiet, cool fan. I am.
Oh, I'll take one more.
So it's like a thing where it sucks all the hot air out of your house.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
it's
goes
an
in-
actual fan.
Yeah.
It's like an attic fan.
And yeah, it's like, and
Yeah.
I'm assuming vents, like air vents, in the
They're
attic
supposed
and
to
the
be
fan.
very efficient.
Okay.
It's in line with my number 5. So.
Okay.
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 Before I get into my list, honorable mention is now I didn't want to put this in my list because it's like it's a movie, so obviously it's gonna be like this. But dialogue is always perfect.
Always.
Like I think of like lawyer scenes, right? Or any type of courtroom, and they just say the perfect thing or like the perfect comeback, and you think, man, why can't I do that? Well, it's just not realistic. Like that's not real life.
That was take
No.
84, bro.
Yeah, but it's always and it's written like
Nobody mumbles.
Exactly.
Nobody mumbles. Nobody stutters. Nobody
Yeah.
missays a word.
No one
Ever.
says
Yeah.
or like.
Yeah.
Like if you want to make it real interesting or real realistic, you got to throw in a couple couple likes,
Yes.
couple don't always say the perfect thing, but
Here's your
It's-
large pizza.
I just
Gotcha.
did.
Extra sausage.
Yeah. I
Oh,
could-
different kind of movie.
I couldn't put it in there because it's like saying, man, I'm really pissed off that books don't have grammar errors.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. That's
you
a
know,
good point.
it's
That's a
kinda-
good point.
Edited.
Yeah. Okay, number 5. crawling through air vents. Like there's always a spy or like some type of thing.
My
No
favorite
country,
actor.
No Country for Old Men, right?
Yep. When he puts the money up there.
Yeah.
He doesn't crawl through it though.
No, doesn't the
He
Oh, at
shoves
the
it
very
way,
end.
He shoves
At-
it way back.
No, at the very end.
yeah, he does.
When he unloosens it with the penny.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Somehow he gets through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever seen Boondock Saints?
Yes.
It's one of the best
'Cause it's perfect.
crawling through a vent. Fucking rope? What do you need rope for? Yeah.
I mean, it happens
And
in
they fight in the vent. They fall down.
it happens in a lot of movies, and it's
Oh,
just not
yeah, it
realistic. Like,
does.
it's not even
Fucking
structurally
Mission
realistic.
Impossible. It happens in every one.
That's
Yeah.
why Tom Cruise
Yeah.
sucks.
If you look at any like air vent or HVAC system, like
You're
even
not
in
fucking-
here,
I'm
Look
a
at-
little guy.
look at the threads that hold that thing together. That's not holding.
I'm a little guy and I'm pretty light, and I am not crawling through that.
You're making
I'm
it
going
a
to
foot.
die.
Yeah,
It's
you're
just-
making
it
it a
just-
foot.
Yeah.
completely unrealistic, but pretty prevalent throughout movies. I don't know, just bothers me.
A lot of horror movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got to get out.
that and then just like spy movies.
Yep.
Okay, number 4 is the incredible amount of damage to infrastructure done. Like even if you're saving the planet, like in real life, say you were to save the planet and just destroy downtown LA, you're gonna have to pay for that one way or another. Like they're gonna make you pony up
Yeah,
for that.
Great example, Bad Boys 2.
Yeah.
Because they talk about it on there.
Yeah, just like the explosions
Yeah.
and the
Who's going to pay for this Ferrari? Not a cop car. It's on you.
the best examples are like
War of the
all the
Worlds,
Batmans,
All the
too,
War of
like-
the Worlds or anything like that.
Yeah, no one is supporting Batman after he runs rogue
Dude,
shot
yeah.
through the
Batman,
fucking city.
Bane destroyed the stadium.
Dude, he blows up Steeler Stadium.
Oh, Batman.
Too bad AB wasn't in it. Number 3,
Heinz Ward survived.
Heinz Ward was running back to kickoff.
I like Heinz Ward.
I do too.
Catch up, man. Okay, number 3 is soldiers dying on a battlefield. Like anytime there's a scene with a soldier dying, it's like him and one other guy.
Last breath.
And it's like there's bullets flying everywhere, but magically none of them hit them. And
Or
it's
they
like,
just stop.
yeah, it just
Like-
doesn't happen that
yeah,
way. Like
no.
I got to imagine
I'm
it's,
pretty sure
it's a
you
pretty
take
quick
you
death.
take a 2-2-3 to the brain. You're
Can I give a shout out to one of my favorite, not favorite, but realistic war scenes? Saving Private Ryan, where the guy gets shot in the head. He goes, "Holy shit, you lucky son of a bitch!" And he takes it off, and
boom. Yeah.
that's how that shit.
That's
happens.
realistic.
That's how that happens.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just overly like romanticized, I guess, if you can
Oh my
do
God,
that.
I just
But
thought of a funny one.
all right, my 1 and 2, both sexy picks, if you will. Number 2, orgasms at the same time.
Love it. I love it.
I am not ashamed to admit this. I've never had an instance where it was like exactly
I
at the
thought
same
you were going
time.
to say, I'm a passionate lover.
I'm not that good.
Well, I like to think that I am, but I still have not had 2 orgasms
Sometimes
at
you're
the
tired.
same exact time.
I get tired easily, man.
Sometimes you're tired.
Same exact time?
Sometimes you want sandwiches.
There's a lot of things that can go wrong. There's a lot of like moving parts there, and
Sometimes you're drunk.
like 90% of the time in movies, it happens at
Oh,
the
yeah.
same time.
You get
Oh my god, dude, I have so many fucking movie references right now.
That sounded like a college football chant. What he just did
Oh,
there,
what
that was
is
nice.
that?
That's what Michigan does when they get butt fucked by Army.
Right? Oh man, I was thinking about you
Dude,
watching that game live.
I would have been the happiest guy in the world.
Anyways, orgasms at the same time, they never happen.
So fucking,
Never
This
happen.
one's like the best reference ever.
Number 1 is dirty sex. I'm not talking about hot sex because we all,
Okay. Yeah,
Can
I'm
enjoy
interested to
that,
see where
right?
this goes because I don't know what this
My
means.
point here is that when there's a dude and he's out chasing dinosaurs or roaming the plains or killing bad guys or whatever, running around all dirty, all sweaty,
Oh, the actual dirt.
his nasty
I
ass.
thought you were talking about like.
And then he comes home and they have sex, and it just doesn't work that way. For me, I sweat, I stink. If I
I'm
have
self-conscious.
if I yes,
I'm self-conscious,
exactly.
bro.
And so when I see a guy that's like out and he just like killed a wolf with his bare hands, and then he goes and has sex, it's like, no, dude, you got to shower before.
Come on,
You got to
man.
do something. Like it's just not realistic. And maybe I'm kind of a clean freak. I wash my feet every night before I go to bed. Every night.
Yeah,
Every-
people.
I mean, I wash my feet.
Dude,
but
I will be almost blackout drunk, and I will just wash my feet.
Didn't you eat
every
shit
night.
in
What?
Palm Springs trying to wash your feet?
Yeah,
Super fucked up.
Well, you gotta like if you're just doing it in the tub, you gotta bring one foot up, and
Oh,
that's
yeah, I can
that
see where that can
hotel
go
soap,
wrong.
dude. It's slippery.
There's something they
It's
put in there.
super
That's
slippery.
a great point.
It's super slippery,
There's
and
something in there.
I went straight down and just like tailbone. I woke up the next morning like, God damn, I'm sober, and then I'm like, oh,
I hate
I
shit.
fell in the tub.
I
But-
thought you were talking like dirty sex scenes, like they just like
Oh, no.
fucking ram them up next to a fucking but the actual dirt, like the actual
I'm talking like
stinkiness.
ball smell, ball sweat, your dirt. You like that's just not realistic. Like, and maybe I'm the only one, but like if I'm dirty,
So you're okay. So you're
Dude, I'm
saying
crazy
you and Haley,
self-conscious.
You know what I mean?
A girl goes
You
down,
and
I'm
Haley
like,
go
whoa,
the-
wait, not, come
and
on,
they
you
appreciate
don't want
that.
this. You don't want this.
And they appreciate that.
You don't want this right now.
I would think.
I would hope.
So you're telling me.
I feel like Cam's the type of guy that would go bow hunting for 4 days and come home and be
Okay,
like, "Yep,
so
Let's
you're
do it.
telling me
Hands
you and
around his
Haley go to the
ankles.
gym, get all sweaty. You know, that's a little, you know, you're working out. You come home, like you don't just you take a shower.
Yeah.
Before.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, to each their own.
yeah." I mean,
I'm
The-
like
the-
a high school kid. Like if it stinks, put it on me.
yeah. See, you strike me as that guy, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's
No,
been,
I'm clean, man. I'm fucking 2 showers
No,
minimum
I
a
know.
day.
I mean, there's times where like you're not, squeaky clean and you get through it, but
Like you've been through a dive bar
but
all night.
it just kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies when it's like
All-
they're out there like all day and just like, oh come on.
Me personally, like when that happens, I'm like, no. And they go, no, I want to. It's like, okay, but I know what I've been through today.
You're gonna
And
itch later.
And I cannot, bro. I can't even enjoy it. I legit can't even enjoy it because I'm like, there's
Worried
no
about
way
it the whole
you're
time.
enjoying this right
Exactly.
You guys have never been to Tijuana, have you?
Lagunitas lager? It's on. We don't have the hand. Yeah. Thank you.
now. Can I get another one too?
You
Thank
guys
you.
have never been to TJ, huh?
No,
I wouldn't feel bad about that, but
I
if
don't
it's
wanna
someone,
die.
if it's someone personable,
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
So
I'm playing
for-
the other side.
Anyways, for me, it's just like sometimes I watch those and I just cringe. I'm like,
I have a great one for your number 2. I don't know if you've ever seen I Love You Man.
I have actually.
Oh,
Seen I
yeah.
Love You Man when the girl's like, she's going, oh, and then she goes, I just came, and he's like, can you
That's-
stop saying that?
that's not I Love You Man. That's
Yeah, I don't think so.
that's
That's
the one where they go to Hawaii.
It's I Love You Man.
That's not I Love
Oh
You Man.
no, it's
With,
Forgetting Sarah
Sarah
Marshall.
Marshall.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking of. I knew it was that fucking
Yeah.
guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, when
You
he's
can
banging
gag-
all those
you
chicks.
can
yeah,
gag me.
You can, yeah,
Forgetting Sarah
Can
Marshall
I?
is a good movie.
and then she keeps saying hi,
Hi.
hi. Can you stop saying that?
You can gag me.
I have another great movie reference for your soldiers dying. Have you
Mhm.
seen Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Tropic Thunder when he's
Perfect.
like, and he gets shot like 400 times and he walks up and Robert Downey Jr. goes, man, I just don't feel it. I don't feel it. And he's like, what are you talking about?
Can I give my my honorable mention?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sure.
Because this one pisses me off, and you guys seem to agree. When people are in movies and they're on the phone, and the conversation ends, no one says goodbye. They just fucking hang up.
Yeah, it's always just a click.
It-
and it's always a flip phone.
It's always it's first off, that's not accurate. You always just say bye or talk
At
to you later.
least. At least.
You don't just close. If someone did that to me in real life, and I was like, all right, man. Again, I'm even saying talk to you later, and they just close the phone and be like, what a fucking dick.
What an asshole.
Yeah, what an ass. Like, then you kind of want to give him a text like, you cool, bro? Is everything all right? Like, what's the problem?
Fuck's your
Like,
problem?
yeah, what's your problem? Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to get that on.
that's
No, I agree with
because
that one.
That
That's good.
pisses me off.
I also had the
Thank you.
infrastructure type thing.
Thank you, Missy.
I was going to do that on my list, but then I knew you had it on your list, so I was like, they fuck up a lot of places, and it's just like no big deal. Like they'll have
Yeah.
like cranes like blow through an entire side of a building, and you're like, you know how fucking long that takes?
You know how many
It's-
people just died
Well,
because
and,
of that?
and just
Yeah.
like the Spider-Man
2
movies
a.m.
or
It's 2
superhero
p.m.
movies are a great example
The
because they
Batman
because they
movies.
just
Batman's perfect.
destroy shit, and you're like, God, do you know how long that town's gonna be out of commission?
Yeah.
Like, we're not just gonna have Batman save the world and everybody's super happy. Like, man, fucker, I can't go to work for the next
Yeah.
3 months.
You
To
took
be
out the accounting department.
Yeah, I'm on fucking disability. Hopefully,
You know what movie does a great job of that, kind of, is The Incredibles and The Avengers. Because they both go, hey, we like our superheroes, but we kind of like our roads and buildings,
Yeah.
too. You guys are just fucking everything up.
yeah,
I like the way you guys handle your business.
The Incredibles are good movies.
great
great
movies.
movies.
Great,
Great
fucking
movies.
movies. The second one was awesome.
Yeah.
Tell Elle I'm sorry for not seeing the
I
second
know
one with
she
her.
was super. Dude, it's a funny story. Tybo went to Elle's birthday out in Palm Springs, and we were, hanging out by the pool and doing this whole thing. And they got to talking about The Incredibles, and she goes, and it was just coming out.
Yeah.
And then Elle and I went to the movies on like a Monday at like 11, and she's like, Tybo's got to go. Like Tybo said he wants to see it. And I'm like, he can't go. He has to work. And she goes, what, doesn't he work with you? Like because there's
Yes.
only one place you can work if you
Yeah.
if you there's Stadium Pizza. You don't work there. There's nowhere else to work.
You're either a teacher
yeah.
or a stadium.
Yeah, there's
pizza.
there's nowhere else to work. That's the only places you work. Yeah.
That's
But he
funny.
works for what? He works for TaylorMade, a golf company. Why?
The story
Yeah.
warms my heart.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
taught.
that is cool.
I watched. Me and Elle spent 2 Saturdays ago. I spent the first half watching the Buckeye game with her,
Yeah.
and she
Oh,
was
nice.
she was drawing a seahorse, and she goes, "Where do seahorses live?" And I'm like, I could just give her the answer like the ocean, but I wanted to like actually give her a legitimate answer. Like, I don't know. So I Googled it, and I'm like, oh, they live
Show
in
them
the
a picture.
Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean, close to, closer to the top of the water,
They're
because
not
there's more
that deep.
sunlight. And I sent Cameron, I was on my Google, I opened it up, and I was like, this is what your Google searches look like when you hang out with
Yeah.
Al.
He sent me a picture of like seahorses, where they live.
Don't seahorses like photosynthesize
There are some that can
like plants, right?
They
I
can
did not know that.
They can
I-
also
no.
change colors. Like
I
Yeah,
knew
they
that.
definitely
Like they can
can.
change
And the
colors.
males
like
are the ones that have the babies. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guys.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up.
Poor
now.
suckers.
Yeah.
Um,
Anything you want to jump
I don't know
into?
if I just made that up, by the way.
all right, so name.
Actually, yeah.
Sorry.
New
kinda-
guy.
I kinda-
21 minutes in. That's a new
Jeez,
record.
Seriously, that is a new record. Good for you.
Your next sponsor depends. You're getting old.
The infrastructure one's really good. I kind of don't want to just get off that quite yet. What movie? Your Batman pick's pretty tough to beat. Because Batman not only is not like a cop, they allow him to just fuck the city up.
Well, I think the thing with Batman, so Batman is obviously like science fiction or
Is it?
fiction. But that's exactly the point I was going to make is you going, is it? Because it's in a lot of ways it happens, right? We have like bad guys with technology and we have good guys with technology. Not to the level of like Batman and Bane or
Yes.
Batman and the Joker, but
Yes.
we do. We have people like that. I mean, you could talk about like the Taliban and the U.S. Army, and they wreak havoc on cities. And
It's true, we do blow up a lot of cities.
luckily for us, it's mainly in the Middle East, which sucks for them. But
Yep.
I mean, it's like that could happen. You know what I mean? And there are cops involved, and like
But
it's like the
the-
most realistic. Like
The crazy part is no one seems to give a shit. Like,
No.
the cops are never like, hey, Batman, thanks for getting the Joker, but we just got the bill
Yeah.
from the mayor, and it's $150 million.
do you have umbrella insurance?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen.
You can't call Aaron Rodgers. He's not
Yeah.
going to discount double check that shit.
Yeah, that's not on. That's not covered under State Farm.
No.
But I think the Batman. I think I know where you're going with your question. Is like, what's the most
Like,
the
'cause
craziest one?
I was going to think like that King Kong Rampage. Like,
Oh, where they're climbing
That's
up the
wild.
buildings.
they're literally just
Yeah.
destroying everything they touch. But again, in that, it's like, well, we got Godzilla or King Kong. He's gonna get some damage. You can't like yell
Yeah,
at
what are you
King
gonna do?
Kong
Or like earthquake movies.
Yes, like
Earthquake movies are realistic.
Dante's Peak.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my Batman pick on that one, man.
think
It's
Batman-
The
like
worst- the worst
most
infrastructure?
Realistic. Well,
Oh,
no,
what was it? The most realistic?
no,
Not necessarily.
I didn't do a really good job of phrasing it, but like, what movie? What is the best example of a movie where a tandem? It's got to be like a human being, where they just fuck up the city and no one seems all that bent out of shape about it.
Batman's a good one because he drives his car like on the side of buildings.
well,
Like,
what
it-
I was saying
like
is
he's
it's
blowing up
somewhat
semis.
realistic. It's somewhat
well, even in the
realistic.
beginning of the, I think it's the Dark Knight when he drives his car up the like the side of that
Dude, he
like
blows.
parking structure.
He blows through
It's
a
so
parking
dope.
structure.
Yeah, parking structure
Just
just
blows
blasts
it up.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't find a better entrance. Like,
Oh,
you just
and
had to
and
blow
even
it up.
in that one when he's down and like and he goes in the subway and he's just shooting
Yeah.
like
That's
what I'm
fucking
s-
missiles and just blowing shit
blowing
up.
everything
Yeah.
up,
It's like a
blowing
playground.
up a
Yeah.
semi
You
truck.
blew up an entire subway system. So how long is that going to take to fix?
It's gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
Elon Musk would even have a tough time figuring out how that he's gonna fix that.
I love the Batman movies.
They
I
Side
did too.
note.
Christopher Nolan ones. Christopher Nolan ones.
No,
The new
man.
ones.
Well, those are good too, but the Michael Keaton ones are pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
George Clooney got a little weird. Val Kilmer got real weird.
That George Clooney one was one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen.
chill.
Yeah.
The Joker looks good with Joaquin.
Yeah.
I've heard it's really good.
Oh,
I've
is
heard
it already out?
and just people that have seen it so far,
like
they're
critics.
saying like it's a masterpiece. Like,
Yeah, that's cool. I like Joaquin Phoenix. I just watched Signs the other day.
Yeah, he's
Signs
good.
is a great movie.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that 3 times in the theaters.
Walk the Line.
Walk the
Line's
line.
a good
He's
movie.
really good in that.
Walk hard. Oh, sorry.
That's
Oh, Dewey
amazing
Cox.
how he did, because he sang in that movie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. He's legit.
No, I was gonna ask you, Tybo, about the. Let me explain, because
Okay.
I know I kind of know what you're saying, but I kind of don't. Also,
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't know what you mean on that one either.
Okay, so there's a lot of movies, and I'm gonna say I'm like an idiot. I can't think of one off top, but I think most people would agree that a lot of movies, especially romantic type movies or rom-coms, have a struggle between a guy and a girl where there is a massive misunderstanding. And it could easily be solved by the guy just going, no, that's not what it was, or that's not what I meant, or hey, what you saw is totally crazy. I don't
She
like.
doesn't
don't
mean anything to
don't
me.
yeah. Don't be mad at me. Like she cornered me. Whatever it is. They never ever have the point where the guy just explains himself. The gal explains herself. It's always like, wait, and then she walks out the door and slams the door, and then he spends the next hour and a half of plot trying to win her back. That
That's-
is not realistic. You would just text them or call them
Yeah.
and say, hey, this is what happened. Talk to him or her, and you will understand. But no, instead we got to go through this contrived bullshit of spending the next hour and a half of him trying to win her back because
Forgetting Sarah Marshall when she catches him and she's.
yes.
Do you want me to put my mouth on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's all mad.
Yeah.
No, well, to be fair, in that movie, he does explain, and then her
She's still mad.
buddies have to be like, you know how hard it is to like stop mid blowjob?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like that's really
Yeah.
difficult. You got to win her.
That goes back to the love story. Love stories are bullshit, man.
All right, I want to hear all about this. The love story bullshit.
Yeah, let's go straight to
Well,
number one.
the number one example I'm gonna give is a horseshit movie called The Notebook.
Shit.
There is no fucking guy on this planet that has a woman that loses her mind that he's gonna go every single day and tell her his whole life story, and then she's gonna fall in love with him every day. You give that guy about 2 days of that, he's gonna be like, fuck this. I'm out of here. I'll visit you once a week. I'm done with this bullshit. I still got my brain. Sorry you lost yours.
How was the strawberries you ate for breakfast?
Yeah.
Describe them in detail.
Yeah, it's just such bullshit. And, like, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I don't think that there's a one for everyone. I think it's all circumstantial. I think there's all... Because if you're... Okay, so say your one was born in California and you were born in West Virginia. You're not going to find that fucking person. There's not one person. It's all situational where if it works out with this person, like you're compatible and you're this, it doesn't always have to be, and 99% of the time in real world, it's not, oh, I met this girl and I fell in love, or
Head
like
over heels.
Yeah, like Big Fish. Have you seen Big Fish?
No.
So
I
Big
haven't.
Fish is a really, really good movie. The guy falls in love. He sees this girl, love at first sight. He works for a circus. Well, the guy who runs it, Danny DeVito, is the circus ringleader,
Perfect.
and he goes, every month you work for me, I'll give you one thing about that girl. So he goes, okay, I'll work for free. I'll do this. And he goes, her favorite flower is this.
That's it?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all he gets?
Oh, yeah. Once a month.
How
And
does
he
he-
finally ends up meeting her and falling in love with her. And it's a great movie.
That's
Not
creepy.
because of that. The movie's good because he goes on these adventures and he does all this shit. But it's like, dude, it's not real. That would never happen.
Well, so that first off, that's super creepy. And another one I wanted to add on this list is like when the girl rejects a guy and he acts borderline stalkish the remainder of the movie, whether he's trying to blow up her and the douchebag boyfriend,
Yeah.
which is fine. I understand the guy's a douchebag, but like, great example. Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His
He's
character,
there.
dude, these guys infiltrate a wedding,
Yeah.
invite,
Great movie, by the way.
lie their ways
Yeah.
through it, lie their way through it,
Pancake
get
conglomerate.
into a
Or-
governor or congressman's house, And then, what's the fucking blonde guy's no?
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great movie
And,
though.
and then
I love
he
it.
Hilarious.
spends his entire rest of the movie trying to sabotage this girl's relationship. That's fucking weird.
Okay, so
But it works out.
But the Vince Vaughn
That's
love.
the
does.
crazy part.
It
Okay,
does,
but the
but
Vince
that's a movie
the
thing.
Vince Vaughn
No, I
love
know.
story is way more realistic.
oh,
A
and that's
crazy-
even better.
A crazy bitch
Absolutely.
that's like, I want to put. Yeah,
But that's
you
even
put my
better.
dirty socks in my mouth.
But
like,
that's
and-
even better
And
because-
he's like, well, I kind of love you.
Because Owen,
She's
Owen,
hot, by the way.
oh, she's hot. But Owen Wilson's character subjects his best friend
Yeah.
to getting
You
raped
selfish son
by
of a bitch.
the brother
Yeah.
and the mom and this crazy
Yeah,
lady.
I painted this painting for you.
Owen Wilson's the worst in that movie.
It's
That is
beautiful. It's beautiful and violent.
that is one of the worst people in movies. That
Side
is
note.
underrated.
Side note. We need to crash a wedding. The three of
I'm
us.
in.
We could do it.
I kind of stand out. It'd have to be a.
You'd have to
Big
shave.
wedding.
It'd have to be a
Like
big wedding.
like an
a
Indian wedding.
No, I don't think I'm gonna fit in that one. It's
What
gonna
kind of
have
Indian
to
are we talking
be,
about?
It's gonna
Like
have to be like
the
at a.
dot or the.
You said it, not me, but yes, the dot.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm with Uncle Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
his
Seriously,
name's-
we should
his
do
name's
that.
Kajmish,
Let's do the whole 9 yards.
I
Like,
bet we
let's do
get
our
kicked out
research.
within the first hour.
No.
probably.
No, I bet we could do it. If we did it right, we could do it.
I'm not a very good bullshitter, man.
Oh,
got
I
a
am.
Bad,
Yeah. Go.
I am.
I got a bad.
All right,
poker
Tybo, you
face.
just don't talk, and
Yeah.
Cam and I will talk.
Maple syrup conglomerate.
I just sit there and look
It's
average.
Our deaf cousin. You remember
Yeah.
him, right?
We lost a lot of good men out there. Playing for the Yankees? Yeah, trades. I don't want to talk about it.
Seriously, I think we
yeah.
could do it, guys.
Yeah. No, but the love story thing is just.
I
not,
want you
it's
to go
not
a little.
realistic.
I'm not gonna let you. But give me more love story archetypes that you see that you don't.
I'll give you an archetype that works, that's real.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie The Breakup with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer
Jennifer
Aniston?
Aniston.
I
It's
haven't.
real because they don't get back together at the end,
And they're petty the
and
entire
they're
way.
petty
Oh,
the
wait, I
entire
have-
way.
That's the one where he plays a lot of video games.
He doesn't. Well, he does only because she's pissed at him, and he's like, "This is my. This is
Right.
what I do, baby.
But
This is single me."
they, like,
and
live-
they have to live together
they
because
live
they're trying to
together.
sell their place.
Yeah.
And she
That
like
is
will go on a
so
date.
much more
Not
realistic.
with him.
Well,
I
and
have
she
seen.
shows up and she like walks around naked,
Naked
and and then he wants a pool table
I
all the
love
time,
Jennifer
and she's
Aniston.
like, "No, we don't want pool table." He just moves fucking everything out, and he's like, "Yeah, I got a pool table. This is my house too." Like that's way more realistic of what would happen in a actual like argument.
The most realistic love story is Gone Girl,
Oh yeah, depending on who you're dating.
Jennifer Aniston.
because they end up back together because she's
Oh, because she's a
a
psychopath.
psycho
Yeah.
bitch.
Every time I think about Gone Girl, I think about Wes.
Dude, Gone
like his
Girl
real
gives me
life.
Gone Girl gives me
Why?
trust issues, dude.
He had a girlfriend that was just like that. Like
Really?
Oh
Really?
yeah, she was a psychopath.
Ugh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Was she really that crazy?
I don't know. I mean, she had it in her. I don't think she ever got to that point. Have you
See,
seen Gone Girl?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is like, do they have it in them?
She has. Oh, absolutely, she has it in her.
Because
Yeah.
that's enough. If you have
yeah.
it in you, like that's enough. To
She
be
has
like,
it.
"Ah."
Yeah.
You can see it in their eyes most of the time.
Yeah.
I think. Like, have
It's
you
the
ever?
ones where you can't and then find out later that they have it.
And
that's
that's
the
the
scary
part that scares me about that movie
This
because
is-
the whole premise is like you think you know someone, you're married for years, you
Yep.
think
Yeah.
you love each other, you know each other. She didn't know him. He was a cheating dirtbag.
He was
like-
also cheating with what's her name?
Radajowski.
No, Daddario.
no, that was Radajowski.
No. it was
Gone
a-
Girl? You wanna
it wa-
bet?
It was.
He exclusively asked for her to play that part so he could suck on her tits. Guarantee it. It's Radikowski or Radajowski. whatever
Power
it is.
move.
Great move. But he's a scumbag. Like he is a scumbag, but she is.
Crazy.
She is, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Gone Girl, fast forward about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. She literally fakes her own murder.
Oh, it is. You're right.
I know I'm
No,
right.
she's hot.
She fakes her own murder. She spends
Oh,
an
she doesn't
entire day of draining her own blood so she could fake a crime
doesn't
scene.
just fake her own murder. She sets up everything. She has
Everything.
months worth of shit. She's a full-blown psychopath.
I love the
Kind-
thought though.
And she,
she's
and
so
she
smart.
fucking
Like the amount of
dude.
thought.
She slits that dude. She slits Doogie Howser's
Doogie
throat,
Howser's
and then
throat,
she fucking
yeah.
runs out like he raped her and shit.
Ugh.
Gosh, damn. She's a psychopath.
Psycho.
That's
Love
a good
it.
movie.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie.
All time.
I love.
Yeah,
movies
that's a
like
real
that.
love story though.
Yep.
The other ones don't happen. Notebook's never gonna happen. I'm sorry, girls. If you lose your fucking mind, you're getting left behind.
I
Yeah, sorry.
guarantee you something like The Notebook has happened.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Um,
love's
I'm not-
transcended, Cam.
my sister
I'm not
Uh,
arguing. I'm
my
just saying.
uh,
it
she
has
probably,
happened.
she won't care if this, but my sister is a different sister, whatever it is. She has different parents. Her mom and dad are older, and her mom is kind of going through the same thing, and her dad goes every day.
Yeah, I see.
But you have to be older. Like, there's no fucking
That's
way
cool.
that our age people
no,
with
no.
with what we have, like, they grew up together, and
No.
like, you know, they did that whole thing. And there is a lot of times where, like, older people, like, one dies and the one dies like right after.
I
Yeah.
believe
Like,
in that.
They're
That's
so
a real thing.
like they have nothing left to live for type thing.
Yeah.
Not anybody our age. We're too smart. We're gonna be like, nah, fuck you. I'm gonna go out and get mine.
So, yeah. I mean, when we're old and our wives die, you know, or say that happens, we're just gonna get on Tinder, right? We're just gonna
Oh
jump
yeah,
on that.
I'm gonna get on
No, I'm kidding.
Farmers Only.
But
It's
a
Hinge, bro.
story similar to that is, so the retirement community that my grandma and grandpa lived in, they had a neighbor, and then there's like a not mental health facility, but memory care facility for people with Alzheimer's right across the street. And their neighbor, his wife was in there, visited her every single day,
That's old people.
all day,
Like people
for
that
like
were like
6 years.
50s and
Yeah, so I'm saying it does happen, but
yeah.
I see-
not
I see
anymore.
what you're
not
saying.
anymore.
for our generation,
Not gonna fucking.
I don't
happen.
know. I'd like to think that there's still some good in humanity.
That's not good.
I like to think like if something were to happen to Haley, that I'd visit her every day.
Well, yeah.
What if
but
you
I
had
mean,
work?
You go to work.
Well, I mean, you got to take care of your responsibilities so you can take care of the family. But it's like,
Those guys are
No,
retired, man. They ain't got
I've
shit.
always
Yeah, I
get your
been
point. I get
I've
your
always
point.
been like a proponent of, if I'm so far fucking gone, don't waste your time.
yeah,
Same
No,
thing. I
kill
mean,
me.
like if I'm a vegetable for some reason, like, don't fucking come visit me.
I'll pull the
Remember me
plug.
for what I was. Like, push my fucking.
Can I be the one to pull the plug?
Absolutely, push my wheelchair into fucking traffic.
Yeah, we're like-
give me the little stick and I'll push it in
Hey,
and
we're-
I'll jump right off.
we're
Whatever.
gonna take Cam to the Grand Canyon. Just
Yeah, yeah,
right off.
Oh, he slipped.
yeah. Have you seen those assholes?
That'd be a
that-
nice way to go.
But he couldn't walk. I don't know. He slipped.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He wanted to see the edge.
Yeah, send it.
All right,
do it.
so-
I see what you mean, though, Cam. I
It's-
mean, I'm
it
not.
ain't- well, okay,
I'm
maybe
not-
I'm just going from myself. It's not gonna fucking happen.
I think
I'm not poking holes in your theory, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying like, true love does still exist.
it does exist. But my
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
to your point, there's a lot of these, love stories, whether it's like Hugh Grant back in the day or Renelle Zellweger, those stupid movies. It just paints this idealistic picture of relationships and love. It doesn't show the
I almost-
hardships and the struggles to where you are that 60-year-old man and the shit y'all went through to get there. It just shows that, oh, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. No, bullshit. Y'all got to work for
have
it.
you seen Click?
Yeah,
Yes.
that movie
That's
is sad.
Sad as fuck.
Sad.
It's super sad. He's like, I just want to fast forward through my life, and then he misses everything.
a great
everything.
Super fucked up.
It's super, yeah.
to,
Yeah.
to your point, Tabo, and I think that's the point that Cam you're basically making is that kind of stuff sets people up for failure.
Exactly.
It's just
Well,
not
no-
realistic. Like
well-
even the best relationships they go through their struggle. So I have an aunt and uncle. They've been married for many, many years. They're like 70. They're in their mid 70s. Okay, and I always looked at them and was like, man,
Your uncle went to
like
TJ.
they're no,
I'm just
like
kidding.
like they are legit. Like they love each other. They have
True
the
love.
perfect relationship, and like we go up to their lake house every summer. So 2 or 3 years ago, we were up there, and they were telling me like in the beginning it was brutal. Like they almost didn't make it. Like
I think
they
it's,
had to
what is
work
the first
through it,
2
and I was
years
like,
or something
what?
like that.
What? Like I would have never thought that, but that's the fact of the matter. Like this is you look at them now, both of you, and you'd be like, oh fuck, like they got it figured out, and they do, but they put in work.
Oh,
get to
I
that.
think it's like the first
And
2
it
years
wasn't
they say.
easy.
The first 2 years they say is the hardest.
But I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest problem with. I mean, we're all millennials, but Cameron and I always think of you a little older than Ryan and I. Just I know we're not that far apart,
Yeah.
but like I
Have
think a
good
lot of
question,
people,
guys.
Ryan and I's age, they expect to get married, have a kid, and things just to kind of work.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people really have the understanding of it's gonna take work to make it work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's gonna be a lot of times where you're going to disagree. You're going to have arguments that might end a relationship.
I live that shit.
But how do you battle through that and try to make yourself better as a couple or your family better, whatever it may be? I don't think a lot of people have that kind of realization that, they think it's
No, there's
roses
there's a
and-
honeymoon stage.
there's always,
There's always a
honeymoon.
honeymoon stage
And
where
I'm
you're
guilty of it too, by the way. Like I don't have it all figured out, and there's
don't
expectations
either.
that I've already had that it's not the same. But it's like
But can
as long
back
as you have
off
the
that?
commitment to work through it, I think that's the key.
It's
Like
give and take.
this is gonna be brutal, but we're gonna get through it. And it's you got to have both people on board.
Yeah.
You
This
know?
That's
this
the
is
thing.
this is a good question because we're all kind of in different walks of life. I think that there's one thing that can
Nuke
like
relationship.
that can like no the opposite like that can I guess persevere through anything, and I think that is like just the ability to talk to somebody. Like I think that's for me.
I'm so close to you.
For me, it's like if you can communicate, whether it's what everybody has their fucking meltdowns, but I think if you can, at the end of the day, you enjoy talking and communicating with that person, you can fucking get through anything.
So what I'll say to that is I'm with you. It's not being able to talk, but it's a two-way street. You can talk, but if the other person isn't truly receptive,
Yeah.
that's going to break it down. So
Yeah.
communication, I
Yeah,
think,
I
is
think that's-
what you're kind of going
yeah.
at. If y'all can't communicate through the tough shit instead of being like, you got a small dick, and be like, I know, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
You
Like,
fucking
what are
married me,
talking
you
about?
idiot.
Like,
you
what
put
are
it in
you
your
talking
mouth
about?
before we got married.
But
You know what you're getting yourself into.
But again, I'm not in your walk
Yeah.
of life. I'm not even Ribo's walk of life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm single, and
Yeah.
I understand that you need to have the ability to communicate.
I
'Cause
have
if-
a lot of friends that I like to. I mean, a lot of them listen, but whatever. I like to call them Dalmatians. You got a Dalmatian.
What does that mean?
because you're not blending in.
You married a Dalmatian because it's a good-looking dog,
I think
and
they're ugly.
well, no, but I mean, and also Dalmatians' brains. You know how a lot of Dalmatians die. Their brain grows too big and they die.
I did not know
They
that.
grow
Is
out of
that
their
real?
they grow out of their heads. Yes. So what happens is you marry a Dalmatian because you think, oh, it's good looking, this, but then they grow out of their heads and you can't communicate.
What an analogy.
Yeah. So I've said this a lot of times. Like, if you're gonna marry a Dalmatian, it's gonna be cool for about 10 years, and after that, there ain't nothing coming. There's nothing fighting back. There's nothing there for you.
Yeah.
Like, and you can marry a Dalmatian. I'm not mad at you. I'm gonna look at her when we go out. Like, she's gonna look great for fucking 10 years, but when the wheels start falling off, that's one thing that you can't fight back.
So you're saying there's no substance behind the.
There's no substance behind it. There's no. I mean, to each their own.
You need
if you want to
substance.
have a fucking high school girlfriend, not, you know what I'm saying, like
I get what
a
you're
trophy wife per se or whatever, do it. I mean, I hope you find it and I hope it works out, but I find that to be like so fucking toxic. Like when it comes to actually because there's gonna be issues that come up. You're gonna
Legitimate
have to deal with those issues, and if you guys are fucking so far off the beaten path on both ends, your Dalmatian's head's gonna explode. Like,
I think I agree with most of it, just like fine tuning it as far as how I look at it. I think that you have to be able to, I completely agree with you, you have to be able to talk to someone, but you have to be able to talk to someone honestly, because
Oh, yeah.
I have friends that, yeah, they talk all the time, but like they're not really
the
telling
substance isn't there.
their wife or significant other the truth. Like,
Yeah.
I have told Haley, like, you're being lazy. Like, you're not working hard. Like, you need to do better. And she does the same to me, or like whatever it may be. Like, we're able to look at each other and like say brutally honest shit and know that we're gonna be okay with it. Like, yeah, it might hurt and we may disagree or whatever, but like we're able to have those conversations. On the flip side, like kind of to your point is, and Haley and I are an example of this, I think, is like what intellectually turns me on isn't always what intellectually turns her on, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to be like the same, but I think what you're saying is like you got to be able to have those conversations and talk through it, and like there has to be some sort of substance. Like, you know, Haley's way smarter at certain things than I am, and I'm way smarter at certain things than she is, and I think
good.
that's okay.
That's
but
good, though.
we're able to call each other out and help each other in those, not necessarily call each other out, but help each other in those arenas. She's way more emotionally intelligent than I am, way more, and probably like just other intelligence. I'm more intelligent than she is, but
Yeah.
we help each other.
Yeah.
And it again, I think it really all comes down to however you want to frame it. It's about understanding one another, understanding that you're going to disagree, and understanding it's okay to disagree, and moving beyond that. And
Yeah.
compromising in a sense. Like we've talked about this before. I hate the saying is don't go to sleep mad at each other.
No, go to sleep.
No. That's okay.
Yeah.
If I gotta sleep on the couch one night and we both just fucking chill out, and then we talk again in the morning and with level heads, you've had time to think about it and that time to approach it rationally. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm a great example of that because, I mean, you guys know me. You're gonna get the truth.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it.
No matter what
Like,
time of night.
You're gonna get it. And if there's a lot of times where like, I just have to go. Just let me fucking be me for a second, because if this happens now,
Not even that.
nothing good's gonna happen, because I'll fucking
Lose it. I'll
and,
lose
well,
it.
and I mean,
Dude,
as a competitive person,
no one-
which is a shitty thing
I know.
in that, which is a shitty thing in that arena, or
I get what you're saying.
but there's
I don't know.
I'm gonna win that argument, and if that means
You
I'm
shouldn't
going
want to win.
I'm
every-
going to cut you deep to
I'll do
where
the
I
same.
think I win.
No, I'll do that.
And I'm the first
Sorry.
person to tell you.
So
I'll
indecisive.
fucking cut you deep. I'll say some shit. I'll do some things, and then in the morning you're like, "Fuck, man! I should just shut up." And you should just. And there's the same point, like people that are, I don't want to go to bed angry. Well, no, let me go to bed angry.
Please let me.
Are you a sleep on the couch guy?
Oh, yeah.
Does that happen a lot?
Well, not. I mean, I will.
So
Not,
can
to,
I
get,
ma-
not
can
to
I-
get personal,
Can
but
I make one
No,
point before?
no, I will. I will.
I never sleep on the couch. That's like a rule of mine. Like if I will sleep next
got
to
an
you,
extra
if
room.
you're mad at me,
I got an extra
That's
room.
fine. But I'm sleeping in my bed. I will always sleep in my bed.
So
if
I-
you want to
Yeah.
sleep on the couch, that's fine. But I'm sleeping in my bed.
I agree with you, Bill Burr, like which we were talking
Yeah.
about before the podcast. That's how he goes. He goes, "I'm not fucking sleeping on the couch. This is my house too."
Yeah.
Problem is I actually like sleeping on the couch, so it's
Oh.
not even like
No, yeah.
it's not even
yeah,
a
see,
disservice
I
to
like
me.
my bed much
But-
more.
I have,
But-
I have an extra bedroom.
My
Decent
biggest
bed in
thing
there.
is, I think we've all been in arguments, and maybe I'm making assumptions, but where it's, it's late, you have shit to do the next day. And
You've been drinking?
You've been drinking, or maybe you're just both tired,
Yeah.
and then you just start arguing about shit that doesn't need to be argued
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Like, let's just call it quits. Let's reset, and if we're still mad about this
Yeah.
at 7 a.m.,
I
let's
agree
do
with
it.
you. I agree with you.
Let's
It
do
doesn't
that.
always need to be hashed out
No.
in the wee hours of the morning because, like you said, you could be drinking, you could be real tired. Thank you, Missy.
And then you just get
um,
agitated.
It just doesn't help. It's
No.
like that's not the right formula. Like,
No.
yeah, you might die in your sleep, but whatever.
What's your
I'll
biggest
take my
Take my
chances.
chance.
What's your
I'll take my
biggest
chances.
argument, like, infuriating moment? I have
Like,
one.
what-
That's
what-
what I'm thinking about.
You mean
What,
like
what
a
makes you the
certain thing?
most mad when somebody does something in an argument?
When they tell me what I'm thinking.
Oh Jesus, yeah, that's a good one. You almost took over mine, but
Yeah.
it didn't. It almost did.
No, you think this. Like, no. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think
the words in your mouth type thing.
Mhm. Yeah, that one.
I
pissed
did
me
that to
off.
Tybo last week.
Rybo and I had to sleep on the couch.
Yeah, I've made Tybo sleep, but I made him breakfast in the morning.
There you go.
You made up.
Pop Tarts, baby.
Pop-Tarts and waffles.
I'm an easy date.
I think my biggest one is like interrupting me and not letting me talk. Like if I'm in an argument, I will let you speak, and I'll shut up and I will listen.
You're
But
better. You're better than me.
I expect you to do the same for me, and if you don't, that's like a switch for
What
me.
about when they grandstand? Like when they're filibustering
Filibuster me?
and they talk for
just
20
say
minutes.
stupid shit?
When they talk for 20 minutes
You're
and
not
they've
gonna get
made
there with
they've
me.
made 15 points, and you're like, I don't even know where
Okay,
to go.
do I
like,
have a
when I'm
notepad
done.
or what? Like, what do I
don't
have here? Yeah.
even-
Honestly, let them, because
That's a good move.
for me, like it'd be hypocritical because honestly, my biggest pet peeve is just being interrupted in an argument. Like, if I'm gonna let you talk for 15 minutes, because I'm saying like your emotions are important to me at this moment, right? I
Yep.
want to hear what you have to say, but if you don't care what I have to say, this is no longer constructive.
Yeah.
And
If you're just spitting and I'm not able
Yeah.
to.
and then
That's a good one.
an argument that I get on that when someone plays devil's advocate is like, well, it's an active conversation, and
Yeah.
Not sometimes. I like to let you.
you
vent.
know, I mean,
I'm okay with
I don't
that.
necessarily agree with that. Like, if you're constantly interrupting people and not listening to them, is that a conversation or is it a one-way like?
I'm not dying on that.
Podium,
I'm
you
not
know?
dying on that hill, the filibustering thing, but I agree. You should always let someone speak their piece. But there's sometimes when I think we've all
No,
been
that's
in
bullshit.
arguments.
You-
We've all been in arguments where it goes, all right, we are way off where we started right now.
Can't let it go.
So
yeah.
can we go back to how
irrational.
our
Yeah,
initial
yeah.
conversation started.
Yeah.
My
'cause we're getting off
my
point.
biggest one is when you become a victim.
Yeah.
In any circumstance, you turn it on yourself like you're getting attacked.
Yeah.
That is my biggest fucking like that to me just shows weakness.
To be fair,
Yeah.
you kind of can make a person feel like they're being attacked.
I understand. For sure. I agree. And I can definitely be aggressive. But it's like this didn't start out with you being a victim. Like you don't need to spin this to where it's on you
Yeah.
or like maybe neither one of us are victims at the time. And you just go, we need to hash this out, whatever it is. But as soon as you turn it on, like I'm attacking you personally, it's like, get the fuck, God damn it, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to
Yeah.
sleep. I gotta go to sleep.
I'm being devil's advocate. You
Yeah.
did just say you like to cut people deep.
If it gets to that point.
Okay,
If
got it.
if you push me to the point where you just are just going and going and going in any argument, I'm gonna fucking
All right.
shut it down.
I'm ending this.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut it down and I'm gonna say something that's going to go, boom, mic drop. Later, and I'm sleeping on the couch.
I think a lot would be solved if people didn't turn the mirror around. Meaning, if something happens, I believe the first thing that you should ask yourself is, what did I do to cause this?
Yeah.
What could I have done better so this didn't happen? Okay, so you got to look yourself in the mirror. But when people don't do that first, by the way, I'm okay with flipping it as long as you do that first. But if they don't do that first and they flip it and they just show the mirror to you and like, you did this, you did that, this is the reason why we're here, this is why I'm so upset. It's like, well, what did you do to make me feel or do what I did that makes you so upset? Like,
You know what I love about that example is it kind of incorporates the three things we all hate the least. Is because they're gonna flip it. Odds are, I think we've all been in conversations like this. They can flip it, and then all of a sudden it goes, okay, well that's not what I meant. Well, that's how it is. Okay, so now you're saying that's what I did, putting words in my mouth. I hate that. They probably won't let you give your opportunity to speak. Second, and
Yep.
third, they're playing the victim. It's not me. Look what you did, and it goes. So that's the fucking.
that's the cycle.
That is, that is one that would
Yeah.
just. But for me, I mean,
And
when
I
people
will say
put
that kids
words in
change
my mouth.
everything.
Oh,
Kids
I'm
change
sure.
the whole entire
I'm sure.
landscape of any argument.
I got to
Like,
imagine that's.
It literally changes the entire.
I know
fucking
nothing
landscape.
about it.
No, but you,
but I
you
think
could
I
imagine
have an idea.
it just changes everything.
I have an idea that I don't have an idea, but I have an idea.
That's why, to me, you know, when I was looking for my wife, like, how she fights
You're not proposing, are you?
is huge to me. No,
Think
but
about it.
That's one thing I love about Haley is how we fight. Because I mean, we'll get into it. Don't get me wrong.
Boxing
and
gloves
there are fights.
or
Yeah, sometimes
MMA
you got to
gloves?
do that. But it's pretty reasonable, you know, and that's
Oh, you have
that's
to
a
have
word I like.
you have to have a person that's the thing. I mean, intellectually, either side, guy could be stupid, girl could be stupid. If you're not intellectually somewhat on the same plane,
Yeah.
there's never gonna be like a good outcome for what you have going on.
No.
It'll always be volatile.
No, it's always gonna be one person that's smarter, and they go, "I know I'm smarter, so
And-
I can either talk my way out of this, or
Yeah.
I can disprove your point that might be true, because I can talk you out of
You
it.
can manipulate it.
You can manipulate the situation.
Yeah.
I've done a
because
bad
you
job.
have an upper hand.
I'm gonna be honest. I've done a bad job in my past relationships of trying to lawyer instead of trying to solve the problem.
Yeah, you're
Where
trying
you-
to play. You're trying to play it.
You're trying to
Yeah.
be the lawyer. Like I
Yeah.
got you. Like you said
Yeah.
this, and I know that, and that's
Good for you.
I've
Yeah.
Good for
tried
you.
to like understand that and go, don't ever do that again, dude. You're not making it better. You're just trying to get the upper hand. You're trying to.
You got to
fucking-
pick and choose your battles and how you fight.
That's kind of
it.
your personality, though. Like, I'll be honest.
I am I
No, you're-
attack
you're-
everything
you're-
like a lawyer.
You're
You're like my dad. My dad's the same way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're kind of a.
Okay, but you said this.
Well, no,
back then.
I wouldn't even say that. Like an analytical thinker.
Yeah,
if you
that's
want
exactly
that, if
how
you
I
want
am.
that, like
That's
you.
exactly how I
But
am.
sometimes that doesn't work.
No.
In relationships, for sure.
It does not.
Yeah.
It
No,
rarely
doesn't.
works with women, and that's not a knock on them. It's just like how they're built.
Well, they're
you know?
feeling based.
Right, and so
Yeah.
that just doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense to them.
Like you pissed me off because I did this. I'm like, I
You know?
did this because of this. This makes perfect sense
yeah.
to me.
If
Yep.
Tybo and I got in an
Yeah.
argument and Tybo was like, "Well, like earlier in the day you said this, this, and this," like I'd be like, "Oh, all right."
That's
Yeah,
why I
you're
was
right.
upset.
Yeah.
You're right.
Fucking.
And they'd be like, "Why are you
No,
right
we
about
went
what I
deep.
said
We
last-"
went deep on that one, boys. My number one was a killer.
All
That
right,
was a good
what's-
one. That was a good
What's,
one.
before we get off your number one,
Yeah.
do you guys have a favorite movie that's centered around a love story? Because I've got
The breakup.
a true like love story.
It's a love story.
The Notebook. No.
Stop it.
Like a real love story.
Not. It doesn't have to be like. It can be comedic in a sense, but where it works out and not. I mean, the
I
breakup
got.
is.
That's a good question, Tabo. I'm
Gosh
thinking.
damn it. Seth Rogen, knocked up.
Knocked up. Okay.
Knocked up.
Consider
Where they
that
end
a
up.
list.
I mean,
Where-
kind of. Yeah.
No,
No,
be-
you're
where
right.
they're
No, you're right.
completely different spectrum. She's super successful.
Totally
He's a fucking,
disagrees. I'm going to be analytical here. Totally
He's-
disagrees with your number 5, hot guy, ugly girl. But
But he knocked her up, and he was rolling the dice. He's rolling the dice too much. Nah, he got it. No,
Man.
that's a great movie where they end up having a daughter, and they make it work because their daughter.
mine is Crazy Stupid Love.
Never seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Never seen it.
Oh, dude, it's great. Ryan Gosling, Steve Carell.
Oh
Haven't
wait,
seen
yes
it.
I have. Yes I
seen
have.
it.
That is a great.
That is
Rybo,
a
ha-
great
Rybo
movie,
has seen
dude.
a movie that I
Now
have
that
not
you
seen.
explain it like that, because it's the one where they separate and he helps them get back. Yeah.
Yep, that's a great.
That is a
movie.
great movie.
I'm gonna throw in another one. Love and Other Drugs.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
Love
that.
and Other
I for
Drugs
sure
is
have not seen
Anne
that.
Hathaway, and she has early onset Parkinson's, and Jake Gyllenhaal is a drug salesman for Viagra, and then
No.
it's just this
I love
story.
Gyllenhaal.
It's this story. Well, it's great because they have sex like fucking 90 times in that movie.
I really
Yeah.
love Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, she's hot. The best Anne Hathaway is when she gets raped in Havoc. But
Whoa.
it's because she's like 18 in the movie.
That is
I said
hot.
18 because that's the legal age. No, that movie
don't
is
even
like
know what
that
to
movie.
say.
That movie's a good movie because it's like all about how she's, fighting the drug companies and he works for a drug company, and it's just this. Yeah,
Dude,
pretty
you
good movie.
need to see Crazy Stupid Love.
It's probably good. I like Steve Carell.
You would really like it.
I love it. I actually, admittedly, love a good romantic comedy.
What's your favorite?
I can't. I feel like there's one in my brain that I can't name right now.
9
a
Months
few, a
with
few
Hugh
that,
Grant.
A few that come to mind. Fever Pitch.
I was gonna say
Never seen it.
I wish I would have said Fever Pitch
I've
before
never
you did
s-
because I
never seen
thought
it.
that'd be your
Yeah.
number one.
Hitch. I like Hitch. Field of Dreams. I consider a romantic comedy.
Oh.
And How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Okay.
I don't think I've
But
seen.
I
I don't
know I'm
think I've
forgetting
seen
one.
Fever
Like I
Pitch.
just
I
know
I
it.
haven't seen Fever Pitch.
It's a Sox movie, so I've seen it.
It's gonna come to me before the end of the podcast.
I
There's
knew
one.
Fever Pitch would be in your.
It's money. It's
I
so
do.
good.
It's it's a little bit alarming to me, but not really. It kind of shows your personality that you've seen all those movies, but you haven't seen good movies.
I mean, name a good movie I haven't seen. 'Cause I've
I
been
think
putting
you've,
in-
I
I've
think
been
you've been putting in
putting in
work. Yeah. Did you ever watch Fear and Loathing?
Yeah, I
You did?
Yep.
What'd you think?
It was hard for me to get through, to be honest. Like
Be-
as far as like the
You
beginning.
know it's a true story, right?
Yeah. As far as the beginning, it was kind of
Oh, when
hard.
they're driving there?
Yeah, it was just kind of hard for me to like get into it, but I mean, I enjoyed it when it was all said and done.
When he's got the dinosaur tail on and the fucking tape recorder and he
It's
starts
ca-
playing back what had happened to him the night before.
It's a very like for the story, like the true story that they're telling. I think
Cameron
they did
Diaz
a good.
at her hottest
I th-
ever.
I don't think she's that hot.
That's when she is hot. That one, and The Mask.
The Mask. I
She's
love
hot
the
as
Mask.
fuck in The Mask. That's my new love story.
Somebody smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mask is good. I mean, it was good. It was good.
I think it's funny that Tybo loves all these romantic comedies.
I mean, I'm a sucker for a good romantic comedy. I feel like I'm forgetting one that I love. It's
Oh, they're
bothering me.
playing Queen right now on the fucking radio.
Speaking of romance,
I don't know a whole bunch of romantic comedies. There's a couple that I watch, but
I mean, they have to be well done. Because I'm with you. Some of them are like nauseating.
yeah.
You know. But
Oh God, I had such a good question. This goes back to my well, it kind of goes back to my hot guys, ugly girls. Have you seen Shallow Hal?
yeah.
Okay. I was gonna ask you. I was thinking about this all day. Would you want what Shallow Hal has, or would you rather just be normal?
So you got to give me the premise for Shallow Hal.
Have you
So
seen Shallow Hal?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Okay,
but
so
never the
Shallow
whole thing.
Hal is a movie about a guy that's
That's
a
Jack Black,
kind of
right?
a piece of shit.
The
you know,
proposal. The
he-
proposal. That's the one I was
with
thinking.
Sandra
of.
Bullock.
And Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
That's the one I
just
was
because
forgetting.
Sandra Bullock's super hot.
I had to get that off my
And sh-
chest.
yeah,
Ryan
I
Reynolds is
love that
beautiful.
movie.
Yeah,
I think it's
Sandra,
so good.
Sandra Bullock's super hot. So Shallow Hal basically is he's a piece of shit. And then who's the motivational speaker?
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins meets him and he's like, "Hey man, Like, you shouldn't be such a piece of shit. And then he gives him the curse of he sees only people's inner beauty.
Yeah, he sees like their personality.
He sees their
Oh,
personality.
So she could be fat as hell, but
She is fat
but
as hell.
she's a smoke show.
But it's
to
Gwyneth,
him.
it's Gwyneth
Inside.
Paltrow.
Yeah.
So then all of his friends are like, "Hey man, what the fuck you doing?" And he's like,
Sure.
"Dude, she's a smoke show. What are you talking about? Would you take that curse, or would you rather just live normal?
I'd take the curse.
Would you?"
Yeah, because I mean, it's everything in life is
Second
You're
part.
so
Perception.
full- you're
Second
so-
part to that question.
you're so
It's a-
full of shit.
why.
I would definitely live the life that is now, because if you date a person for long enough, you can see the ugly in them, you can see the beauty in them.
But let me get. I don't
No,
know
but
if you
they're
know
awesome.
this. Like, so
I know,
she's
but she could
she's
be cute
huge
and awesome.
She's huge, but he sees her, physically sees her, as a smoke show.
I understand. I remember that
Yeah.
part of the movie.
Yeah.
But
And she's still
What is
cool.
this bench made of? Steel?
and
But
she's
she
still
break-
cool.
No, and she's awesome.
I'd take the curse all day long.
I might take the curse. Also.
It's not even close for me.
Okay, I'm gonna let you answer that. I'm gonna ask the second part of the
I mean,
question.
imagine it. For
I'll be that
you,
guy.
she's a smoke show and she's cool. Just like
Yeah, like who really cares?
10 out of 10
It's
the
all
way around.
perception. Your life is all perception.
Yeah.
Like if,
Alright,
if
yeah.
somebody thinks you're
I am shallow Tybo.
okay.
I would rather
I want a t-shirt.
have
Shout out to
I
her.
would rather have a woman that is. I'm not asking for a dime piece. I'm
But-
asking for someone that I am truly physically attracted to. And when you're having sex,
No, he doesn't. He sees her as Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
so you don't feel nothing.
Well, there's a part where he like pulls her
I
underwear
mean-
off and he like holds them up. He's like, "What is this?" Like she throws her underwear at him and he's like, "This is a joke." And then he like dives in with Gwyneth Paltrow.
So
Without
he gets a good laugh and then
Yeah.
Without getting too X-rated, like there's gonna be some downside to that, right? Or no?
I mean, she is
Yeah, I don't know.
morbidly obese.
Like as far as physical movement. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't
No,
know.
because
You
she
try to flip her over.
she
She's
also
just moving.
did the best part is
How do the
doesn't
physics
she
in
have,
this movie
doesn't she
work?
have one leg?
Tybo brings up a good point.
No, but in the movie, it's all
I'm-
all anatomically correct. Where she's a hot young, like she's a hot
So
girl.
when he tries to move her,
he does,
he
And
can
she-
just
he
do
can
whatever.
move. He can
She's
move.
hot.
Her. He can
She's
move her.
hot.
She's hot.
Okay, yeah,
That's
fine.
a no-brainer,
take it?
right?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Second question: in that scenario, are you better looking or worse looking?
Me myself.
If somebody can see you for what you are you better looking or worse looking, or are you about
That's
the
a
same?
great question.
Or are you about
Cameron.
the same?
I think I'm probably about the same because I'm not just saying this because we're doing a podcast. I don't think I'm that good looking. I always said I'm like
So your personality's better.
I'm a hard 6 or a soft 7.
But you're-
Soft 7 at best. I think my personality is
Is better.
than a
Then
soft
you're
7.
better.
I would
Then
think
you're
so.
better looking.
Yeah, I guess I'm but maybe that's ego, and I think I'm
No, I think you're
funnier
good. No, I think
or
you're
smarter
good.
than
No, I
Yeah.
actually think that's the humble thing to say.
Yeah.
I think,
Rybo,
I think I think I'd be better looking too.
better looking on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it depends on what parameters we put on this.
We'll put the
Um,
parameters
Well, it's
on.
your question.
Yeah, it's your
I
question,
know.
dude.
That's
You can
that's what I
outline
was
it
trying.
however
I
you
was thinking
want.
about it. I think I'm about the same.
It's a great question, by the way.
I think I'm about the same.
If you had to rate yourself on a beauty scale 1 to 10, what are you?
Me,
Yeah.
God,
1
this
to
is
10.
such a terrible question.
7.
I think I'm a 7. At best.
Fuck you guys. I'm going 8. Yeah.
I think you're an
I'm a
8.
tall
All right. Well,
glass
there's
of
only
water.
there's only one way to solve this. Our listeners,
Send it in.
send it in.
Send it
DM
in.
us.
You send me a fucking 4, I swear.
Give us your ratings. Tybo,
Yeah.
Rybo, and Cam.
Yeah.
1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Physically,
they
where we're
should
at.
do both personality.
Yeah, give us.
and
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah,
they should
Give
do
us
both.
personality
My personality.
and looks.
My personality is great if you know me. If it was a random Jack Black walking through a bar, I bet I'm uglier.
No, yeah, you got to assume that they like know you.
Well, in that situation, they
Yeah.
don't know you, so I'm definitely uglier because they'd be like, "This guy's a fucking asshole."
I think I'm the same. I'm in the same boat. Like if
Yeah.
I just met someone for 10 minutes, I'd probably be uglier. But if they like truly knew me, I
Then
think
you'd
I'd
be
better
a little
looking.
higher.
I'm a 4 when you meet me because I don't fucking like anybody.
Well, we gotta change that, motherfucker.
I don't like anybody.
We gotta work on that.
I
Tyler.
don't like anybody, man.
That's funny. Great
Yeah.
question, man.
Thank you. I was thinking about that all day. I
That's
was
a
like,
great
what's
question.
That's
I
a
think-
top 5
I thi-
question.
I would venture out to meet somebody that wouldn't want that disease, and I would show you an asshole.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
I would like to meet somebody that genuinely wouldn't want that curse and go, why wouldn't you want it?
I bet there's a lot of people like that because they're insecure. They care more about what people think
Perception.
than their own happiness. That's what it
Oh,
comes
no,
down
I'm
to.
not- I'm not.
But that's what it
I'm
comes
up-
down
yeah,
to.
I'm-
Like,
yeah.
would you rather be happy or care what other people think?
Yeah.
I care about if I can move her in bed because if I can't, it's
No,
just,
there's
that's
no-
a
the-
Yeah, I
struggle.
think you
The-
got to assume
the-
that she's a dime all the way around.
Okay, so yes,
I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so.
No
Yeah.
brainer.
Under those parameters, yes, that's a no-brainer.
Because
cares?
I don't give a shit.
She breaks a couple chairs, but to you, she's
Yeah, but you're going home with a fucking dime.
Yeah.
Every night,
and she's cool.
and she's cool.
Yeah,
She
that's
saves,
all right.
shaves the world and shit.
I'll say it. No one else wants to say it. Fat girls are typically cooler. Ugly or fat girls are typically cooler because they have to be.
Well, I understand what you're saying. Yes.
That was
Yeah.
a very
Their
crude
personality
way
has
of putting
to.
it.
They have to rely on other things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Suck,
Hot
start, and leaf
girls-
blowers.
Hot girls can get through most of their life by having no personality and just being hot.
Yeah.
If you are guys too, I mean, ugly guys, Seth Rogen has to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And
got
a
to be
millionaire.
funny. Yeah.
I mean,
Jonah Hill.
I
Jonah
compl-
Hill, perfect example.
I completely agree, but to add to that is, it's sad to say, but ugly people
Tom Cruise.
have
Asshole.
to deal with more adversity.
Yeah, they
and,
do.
And I'm a firm believer that adversity makes you better. For the
Beautiful-
most part, as
beautiful
long as you
people,
like.
beautiful people are hired for more jobs, quote unquote, beautiful people.
Oh, absolutely.
However they
yeah.
measure that.
Yeah.
Get hired for more jobs,
Especially
get paid,
women.
Get paid better. They do this and that. If you're a woman and you're a 5, you don't have 50,000 Instagram followers.
You have to work harder,
You don't.
especially in today's world.
You have
It's
to
just
have a
fact.
skill. You have to have a skill.
It works. It works
Guys
better. For,
too.
it works better
Guys
for
too.
women.
It works better for
Because-
women,
because-
but it goes both
Yeah.
ways. Like ugly guys, like if you see
Yeah.
a guy to your number 5, an ugly guy with a hot girl, you walk by and you might be like, "What the fuck?" But I bet that guy's loads of fun to be around.
Oh yeah.
He's probably funny as hell. He's
Everybody
probably
has that
super
friend.
cool.
Everybody has that friend that's got the big old fat friend that's like the most fun to be around, and you're like, dude, you're not getting laid tonight.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
And next thing
But
you
I
know,
also like the opportunity that if you're that big and stupid, not stupid, but that big and reckless with your life, you can change that.
Oh, absolutely.
You
For
can't
sure.
change your personality.
For the most
So
part.
if you're an awesome dude to start and you're a big guy, you could fucking change that around. And, you
and
could be a fucking 10.
I know what I said was offensive, and that's okay.
Oh, I don't
but,
care.
But
Doesn't bother me.
if you are a bigger girl and you're not that attractive, you, to Ryan's point, you got to work a little harder.
Yeah.
You do, but I'm not saying you're not going to be a 10 in Shallow Hal.
You're not going to be a bartender.
No, you have a higher chance of being a 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my point. You probably suck a mean dick.
Yeah. Suck, start, leaf blowers.
Cam,
Yes,
you're,
sir.
you're number 2. Nice guys win.
I think win is just the term I used. It's like the nice guy ends up getting the things he wants when that's not always true.
Well, okay, so
I'll take one more. Yeah.
my thing is and you probably agree with this, but just to expand on it, I think that being a nice guy is the better route. I actually think in the end you get more being a nice person, but that's not to be confused with. You can be a
Thank
nice
you.
guy. It's the nice guys that are stupid.
Well, I
And,
think
like,
I
naive?
don't think it's that. I think it's just that they're like pushover type
I was
nice
just gonna
guys,
say-
like the pussy nice guys.
That was going to be my
here's
point.
yeah.
here's the ultimate like guy in my mind as far as being a winner. Being a nice guy, I don't think you get anywhere of substance by shitting on people. I think being a nice guy, you can still be aggressive, a controlled aggressive, like a calm assertive,
I'm talking movies though.
and be smart.
Yeah.
Don't be a dumb nice guy. And so if you're not a calm
Don't be a
assertive
dumb.
and you're a dumb,
Why you got to look at me, bro?
I'm not
you know what I mean? I mean, I get that in movies like the nice guys, like
like the weenie
It-
guy.
yeah,
I think of
it's-
the weenie guy.
Michael
yeah,
Cera doesn't get laid. I'm sorry.
No.
right.
In any movie.
It's Sephiroth and this is the end. He's blowing coke.
Yes.
But-
he's
but-
a nice guy.
Where's my fucking phone?
Slapping around his
But
ass.
I think the people that are ultimately successful and win the most are nice people. But they're
Well,
also
I wouldn't say that they finish most because I mean, look at Donald Trump. He's an asshole. He got to where he got by being an asshole.
Have you heard the statistic that most CEOs,
Ugly dude, and he's got hot chicks.
most CEOs that run any corporation in America, most of them would be clinically diagnosed as psychopaths
I believe that.
because
Like
you-
obsessive
You,
type
you have to
thing.
be obsessive. You have to kind of have a disregard for feelings.
I'm kind of like
Steve
that.
Jobs is a good example.
I'm
of
kind of
that.
like that.
But I think
Elon Musk.
I think my point is I think it's changing. I think with
I
our
hope it is.
generation, it's changing. Like the modern day CEO isn't the Trump,
I'd like to think that.
the Steve Jobs, the guys like
The-
that.
you mean like the tech company?
Yeah.
Fucking. Would you
I
rather
mean-
have a tech company liberal, or would you rather have a Donald Trump?
Here's an example. I don't think Jeff Bezos is a bad guy. I don't think he's a mean guy.
But I
Steve
would.
Jobs probably was a mean guy.
Jeff
Trump's probably,
Jeff Bezos also goes to work every fucking day.
Yeah, he's a grinder. He's aggressive, and
Yeah.
he's super smart. But
Yeah.
I don't think he's a mean guy.
I get what you're saying.
I bet
You-
he
you know
should.
what I
I
mean?
bet he should on people
Like, I
to
guess
get
what
to
I'm-
where he got.
What I'm saying
That's
is like,
kind of my other side.
and that's
but-
okay. I mean, that's life. That doesn't mean
Oh,
make
I'm
him
not mad at
a
him.
mean guy. I think that the nice guy gets a bad rap, and people like try to be mean to be like more powerful. And my point is like if you can succeed and be a nice guy, that's the ultimate form of success.
I think I'm
That's
talking
my
more
point.
about like the pussies, like the weenies.
Yeah,
I
like
get
the
it.
And I get that.
like
The ol-
the
The only people that say nice guys finish last are those weenies and those places.
Yeah.
Oh, how come I'm a
Yeah.
nice guy? How come I
well, a lot of
never-"
times too is like the nerd in high school that becomes a a fucking whatever he becomes, and he's like, well, look at me now, and
Well,
it's
that-
like, no, man, you're still a fucking nerd.
That's kind of like the term nowadays, like cuck or
Yeah.
incel.
Yeah, dude,
like-
did you listen to the new Sword and Scale
Yeah.
about that guy who fucking murdered that girl because?
I thought I showed you that picture.
Did you find the picture
Dude, I was
of the girl?
at stadium the day it happened. I looked it up.
I couldn't find the picture of the girl.
Well, to
Was
be
it blurred out?
No, I was literally at stadium and I saw it like trending everywhere. So I went. I was like, well, I want to.
I'll look at it.
Unfortunately, I was like,
Bill and
wanna-
I at Stadium. Shout out to Bill. He listens to every episode.
Does he really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
My boy Bill.
I love Bill even more.
Yeah, my boy Bill.
So I was there like while it was happening, like live. It was trending, and I was like, I want to see what this is about. And
It was pretty gnarly, huh?
it was yeah. I probably shouldn't have.
I would
looked at it.
I would have looked. I saw the picture of him, what he did to himself.
It
What are
was
you guys
pretty bad.
talking about?
So Sword and Scale, there's this guy that he was
So
not
I'll-
an incel, or
No,
they,
he's
they
an
were
incel.
talking about that a whole bunch.
For everyone that
you know
doesn't
what
know,
incel is
an incel is a involuntary celibate.
It's
Yeah.
like a brand
guys
new
that hate women
noun.
because they can't fucking
Get
get
laid.
girls or whatever.
Yeah.
So they go on a
Well, not
tyrant.
not all of them do. But
no, they don't go on murderous tirades, but they go on these like I hate women, blah blah blah. Nobody will sleep with me type thing.
And this
Well,
is a brand new Sword and Scale.
Sword and Scale, yeah.
I need to listen to it.
And he ends up fucking basically cutting this girl's head off.
Ooh.
And she's an influencer on Instagram
Yeah,
or whatever.
she's like a social media influencer.
social media, and
low key,
she's also kind of a bitch. Doesn't deserve to get killed by any means, but
Definitely
she's kind
not.
of a bitch.
Definitely
She's
not.
going, well, I take advantage of guys because they'll pay me money to do
Yeah.
this and that. And the guy was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna cut your head off. Not worth like awful thing, but it's like this big thing. I tried to look for the picture, couldn't find it.
So basically, what happened was he went to her house, and to Cam's point,
They went to a concert or something together, right?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, I saw like this picture's trending. This guy's Instagram has a dead body on it, and
They don't
Oh,
know if
damn.
they don't know if it's real.
I've always been morbidly curious about stuff like that. So
Good pun there, Tybo.
it's
I
kind of what it
Morbidly
is.
curious.
I tried to look for it. I listened to it this morning.
And
I couldn't find it.
I went on the guy's Instagram page, and sure
It was
enough,
still on there?
It was still on his story.
So he posted the picture of the chick.
We
on
posted
hi-
a bunch of pictures, like him.
It was only
Yeah.
two. I only saw two.
Did you see
Damn.
the one of him?
No,
Oh.
his hasn't been up yet, so that's how
One
recently
of him,
I was on
He was
it.
laying on the
He
tarp.
just didn't give a fuck.
He
He
was
said-
laying on the tarp that he put over her after he did. The one that I saw, and he had stabbed himself in the fucking neck, and he was like ashes to ashes. Like,
Oh, he killed himself.
no,
tried
he
to.
lived.
Tried to.
He fucking lived.
So before he
They
did
saved
it,
him.
he posted.
my
So when I
God.
went to his Instagram page and I saw this,
17-year-old girl.
so when I went to his Instagram page and I saw this, he said he put his day he was born and that day, the day I went on it, thinking he was gonna
He
die.
died. Yeah.
So I go on, and the first picture I see is this girl with
God damn it! What's his?
pretty much her head off, and he just goes, "I'm sorry, Bianca," and the next one was like another picture of her, not nearly as gruesome, and then that's all I saw.
Wow.
I think it's gone now.
Oh yeah, it's fucking gone.
I looked it up. I couldn't find
You
it.
could probably find it on 4chan or one of
I
those
looked it
fucked
up
up
4chan
sites.
and it was gone too.
Yeah, it's don't look it up, man.
I mean, I just
I
have a
sh-
curiosity for.
no, me
terrible
too.
things.
Morbid
I mean, that's why I sent you guys that
Yeah.
video the other day.
Jesus.
Anyways, so
Awful, right?
Yeah.
That's what
Speaking
you get
about-
for raping.
That
Speaking
was
of-
wild, though.
Speaking about crime and getting away with things.
Yeah, getting away with crime. That doesn't happen. You don't murder people. You don't fucking do all these things, and then you're just okay, and cops don't catch you. Cops catch you every time, like
For the most part.
for the most part. Yeah,
Tybo,
great
are you still
example of this
listening to
was-
Culpable?
yeah. I do.
I have not.
I've
No, I
listened to all.
kinda-
I've listened to all of them.
Oh, you.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
listened the last 3 weeks.
The last one kind of made me think that he shot himself.
Really?
Did you listen to the last one?
Yeah, I just finished it today.
Kind of made me think that he might have killed himself.
Really?
Do
So
you
I
say
gotta
that?
listen.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
don't-
there's
we
a lot
shouldn't say too
there's a
much.
lot of moving parts for
We
sure.
shouldn't say too much because he.
Well, you're gonna listen. I mean, you're gonna listen to it, and you already know all the evidence. They don't come up with any new evidence, but they come out with his text messages that he was sending to her, and it
Wait,
was like,
are you sure you're caught up?
yeah, the one that just happened where he was
The
like
case file?
case files where they released it to the public before they released it to
So
her.
you heard the 911 tape?
911 tape where he says, "I'm at this," the blah blah blah.
Yeah.
No,
It's a good podcast.
it is a good podcast.
All right,
Culpable.
but anyways, to movies.
No, okay, so I'm gonna go back to a TV show that I started for about 2 episodes. What's the one with the fucking biker gang that everybody was into?
Sons of Anarchy?
Sons of Anarchy. They are lighting people on fire. They are doing these fucking crazy things, and nobody ever gets caught.
You can't identify him, dude.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! You get caught. That was like the first thing that, like, you get caught. You don't just murder mass amounts of people and just like people are dead. That's the thing with like those movies is like, okay, so there's a hitman or whatever. He's still got a family. He's still got a fucking thing. People are gonna come looking for him. It's not like you just kill them and then they're gone. Like
Just disappears.
they just disappear and they're like, well, Gary was a shithead.
I
and he
agree with
got-
you because
like,
what is the percentage of bank robberies that are successful in movies?
100.
100%.
Can't be 100. Reservoir Dogs, they get popped.
It shoots him in the stomach.
Good movie.
Great-
90,
great fucking
90%? 95?
Regardless,
They
it
get
is
away.
It's
way
high.
too high.
Yeah.
Fucking
Way
Ocean's
too high.
11. You rob a casino,
Yeah.
you're gonna get caught.
But it was really planned.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. He got away with it. Yeah. George Clooney and Brad Pitt can do anything.
George Clooney. Tybo, you're, well, we'll,
Can I,
we'll
can I
s-
talk about not eating breakfast?
Yeah, that I was gonna get to that. Well,
Okay.
your number 5 might be a quick explanation. I didn't.
Yes.
I don't quite follow that one.
Okay. Whether it's I'll have a beer
Uh huh.
or I'll have a martini, unless you're a regular at the bar, which in most movies they are not. They just
It's a random bar.
They just went through some shit and they just
I'll have a beer
I'll have a beer, and the bartender just walks up and pours
with
a
a
beer
bottle of beer.
Oh, I
just
see what
gives
you're
it to
saying.
him?
yeah.
All right, so there's no follow-up questions like,
What do you
hey,
normally
dude,
drink?
Well, like
hey,
if you
dude,
came into UB's and
I
you go
gotcha.
and you go,
Bro,
hey
we've
man,
got-
I'll have a beer, and you got fucking 30 things on tap, and you got 40 bottles. You're like, well, fucking asshole. What do you want?
I see what you mean.
Yeah, that's
okay,
fine.
I
That's
got it. I get it.
that's my point.
Okay, so the breakfast one. Go ahead.
Breakfast one really makes me aggravated because first
Big
and
breakfast
foremost,
guy.
I love breakfast. I get the same breakfast every morning at my cafe.
You have a cafe?
At,
Oh,
at work, yeah.
Tailor made.
Yeah.
Tailor made,
Yeah, bro.
baby.
My boy Martine
Cook to order.
I want
cooks
a cafe.
the shit out of my breakfast every morning. Now, if I just, when I go, I want the regular, he knows what I want. I get 4 eggs over easy every day.
You eat 4 eggs.
Over easy every day. 3 pieces of bacon and either toast, potatoes,
English muffin.
or today we had some hash browns.
Oh.
It was amazing.
You are
we
a
go.
big breakfast
I'm
guy.
a big breakfast
I
guy.
skip breakfast
It's the
almost every
meal
day.
of the day,
Damn,
bro.
that's like the Rock has that every morning.
That's
for
the meal
breakfast.
of the day, man. I love breakfast.
My thing with the breakfast thing is when a teenager comes down and there's breakfast made, and they're
That's
like,
my entire point, Cam.
oh, is it?
That's my entire
Like a
point.
I was talking like I thought you were talking
Cam, he's got it. He's
like
got it.
a teen when a teenager comes down and the mom's like, yeah, I made fucking breakfast, and you're like a Breaking Bad. I watched it a bunch. I watched
Cameron,
I wa-
that's my point.
Oh, okay. I got you. But Breaking Bad,
So you were saying-
the kids always like,
Cameron's got it.
I don't want breakfast. And you're like, what are you talking about? Your mom made breakfast. Get the fuck over there and eat it. Like, how often does your mom make breakfast? You guys had a mom that was home when you were wake up? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Eat that breakfast.
Yep.
So what were you saying, Tybo?
That was a great one. Sorry, I was.
You hijacked that one
No,
from me,
I'm
Cam.
sorry.
You totally hijacked
Yeah,
that.
my bad. That's okay.
So to be
So
clear,
we're on the same page.
your issue is when breakfast is made and they don't
I
eat it.
fucking hate when the fucking mom busts her ass for an hour and a half to make some nice looking flapjacks or waffles. She even cut up the fresh fruit. She does all that good shit, and the kid just runs out, grabs an orange. See you, mom. And mom's like,
Yeah.
what? And then the daughter comes down. Bye, mom. And she just takes a sip of the orange juice and busts out. And then you got the disheveled husband who's running late for whatever reason, even though he knows what time his
She's
fucking
stuck
job
eating
starts.
16 eggs.
And for whatever reason, this guy's late on the one day when I know his wife, and the night before is like, I'm gonna cook a nice breakfast. And the husband's like tying his tie, and he goes, "Sorry, honey," and he grabs a Pop-Tart, and he's like, "All right, I'll see you later." And then she just looks at this
Grabs a
plate.
cup of coffee and
She
walks
looks-
out with his finger.
She looks at this fucking table full of food, and is like, "The fuck? I just made food for 4, and you took an orange, a sip of OJ, and some coffee and a Pop-Tart.
Stay-at-home mom's stuck with 16 eggs and fucking pancakes.
And guess who's got to clean?
yeah.
Stay-at-home mom. I fucking hate that.
You know,
How many families have breakfast together?
You know what my mom would
Not
do?
enough.
You know what my mom
Not
would do?
enough.
My mom would put it in the refrigerator and we would have it for dinner.
And that.
I love breakfast.
And you know what?
together.
If I ever tried to pull some shit like that with my mom or my father or whoever, they would say, "You know what? You're gonna be late to school. You're
Yeah.
eating this." But mom, I'm not hungry. Eat it.
That was
Eat
a-
it.
That was another one that it didn't make my list. Families are portrayed like such bullshit. Like
Not realistic at all.
It's not realistic at all. Well, maybe just not. Maybe my situation.
I'd
but
like to see more sibling on sibling crime.
like stealing of clothes.
I got a site for you.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just kidding.
I said sibling, not step sibling.
Man, though, more families should have breakfast together. I mean, dinner for sure, that gets talked about a lot, but breakfast, a good start to the day. You get up,
Breakfast is
get it rolling. I'm with
It's
you.
the most
breakfast
important
is
meal
my
of the day.
favorite.
it is the best. I could eat breakfast all day, every day.
So, I have a breakfast date with Haley tomorrow, and I'm
Nice.
looking forward to that more so than like a dinner date. Like,
Get some coffee,
Huh?
you know.
no,
Where are you going?
toast probably.
Toast?
Yeah.
I heard toast is overrated.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's only Richie's and toast over here, and
Dude, you know what
Toast
I
is
like to
better.
do? I posted on my Instagram story before. I like eating breakfast alone. I do it all the time.
okay,
All the time.
But why do you like eating breakfast alone versus eating with breakfast with other people?
So even when I had a girlfriend, I would go to breakfast alone. Not all the time I would tell her, but like when we would meet up because we weren't living together. But I'd go to IHOP. I'd get my.
You're
I'd
an IHOP guy,
I love their coffee. I know it sounds lame.
so you're a coffee guy as well. I was gonna ask you that.
Yes, I like their coffee, and I'd go in, have my French toast at IHOP, at Siggy's, which is now my new spot. I love Siggy's. Siggy's breakfast fire.
Is it?
Dude, it is good. It is good.
Maybe we'll go there tomorrow.
It's quick, it's fast, it's easy. That's why I kind of like it before golf. I'll always do that before
Yeah.
going to Red Hawk.
Yeah.
So I'll go to Siggy's, and I just
Oh, Siggy's good.
So I
kinda
hate
like
to.
decompressing. I love that. I love that.
I'm debating whether I want to tell you this story. I'm going to tell you this story because take
Tell
it for
me.
what you want. I went to IHOP
Oh, why?
when I was in high school. I know.
Oh.
I know. Well, he's a big IHOP fan.
I like
my friend.
IHOP.
Really?
Don't shit on IHOP.
So I order.
I haven't been there in like a decade, so.
I order like a breakfast sandwich, or I don't know. I forget exactly what it was, but
It's risky.
I open up the scrambled eggs, and in the middle of the scrambled eggs is probably a 2-inch beetle
Oh, I
cooked
would.
into the scrambled eggs.
I would've
like
eaten
it
it.
was like blue.
Well, that's extra protein.
Yeah.
Okay,
Choke
Tabo.
that thing down.
That's why he's an IHOP guy through and through, and God bless him. For
I don't
it.
eat pancakes.
I'm just
either.
trying to give you all the info that I have. You take it for what you want.
To be fair, I haven't gone to IHOP in a long time because honestly, when I get scrambled eggs, what I hate, and I rarely get scrambled
The
eggs.
fake fluffy eggs.
They're not even fluffy; they're wet,
Yeah.
Mm.
and that just grosses me
I don't
out
like
to
that
no
either.
end. So now I always go to Siggy's. I get 2 over easy, hash browns, 4
Siggy's
pieces.
is a good call.
You don't get 2 more on the side? I can't believe you eat 4 eggs every morning.
Every morning, Monday through Friday.
I'll be honest. Now that Elle's older
Good
and
for
she
you.
can climb up into the cupboard, she gets her own breakfast. She gets
Nice.
cereal. She eats fucking.
Can I tell you guys
I love cereal.
my favorite breakfast story?
I-
So
I don't have one breakfast story, so I'm excited to hear yours.
If you give me an omelet, like a legitimate omelet, I'm on board.
I want
I
to hear
like
this
omelets.
breakfast story.
Yeah.
So
And hash browns.
when I
Who
was
has a breakfast story?
I don't know, man. It's one of those things that's
You're a
like
huge
carved.
breakfast
This is
guy.
one of those things that's carved out. Dude, my dog's names are Pop Tart Mom.
Dude, know, I love it.
when we went on our golf trip,
So dedicated.
Tybo
I
was
love
like, Tybo's not a very great morning person, which is surprising that his breakfast is his favorite thing because he's not a great morning person.
I hate.
Maybe that's
waking
why.
up.
He doesn't like waking up, and he like even if it was like running late, he would like sit down and have a breakfast. Like,
It's my body doesn't react the same if I don't. But
I love it, Tybo.
so my favorite breakfast story is, God, I'm such an asshole. But anyways, so my mom and I, it was when I was really young, so it was just myself and my mom, and she was raising me, and I was getting ready to have my Saturday routine. Every kid's Saturday routine.
X-Men.
You're watching cartoons,
Yeah,
you get your
not X-Men,
cereal,
but yeah.
and whether it's
Shoot,
Power
pass your
Rangers,
time.
whatever it is, Hey Arnold. And I was so excited, just, like every kid on Saturday. And all of a sudden we hear this kid just crying outside, just banging on a door, can't get into his house. So my mom, being the loving person she is, goes outside. The kid's parents were gone. The kid was just basically home alone. I don't know how the kid ended up on his own, but whatever. So before I got my cereal, my mom goes, "Hey, do you want something to eat?" And he goes, "Yeah, can I get some cereal?" So my mom gives him some Fruity Pebbles. Very nice, very nice. So I'm sitting at the table watching this newcomer come into my fucking domicile and eat.
We're not taking on any more kids, Mom.
And I don't care if he's sad. I don't care if he got locked down. I'm 5 years old. I want what I want. And
I can't believe you live next to Macaulay Culkin. That's insane.
More or less, yeah. Just without the wherewithal to get back in the fucking house. Anyways,
My house.
so she pours him a bowl of not Fruit Loops,
Fruity Pebbles. you
Fruity
said.
Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles. And so I'm waiting for my bowl. I never get them.
Oh.
Good
That
placed.
that little fucker took the last of the Fruity Pebbles. And that's not it's my favorite story because it's a good story. But fuck that kid. If you're listening, you took my Fruity
You don't know
Pebble.
we don't know who that kid
I have
is.
no
It's
idea who
fucking
that kid.
Gary.
I was 5. He was probably 3.
What's
and
your
I
guys'
still
Gosh
favorite
damn, why
cereal?
is a 3-year-old home alone?
That's what I'm saying. dude.
Holy-
Something
What's your
crazy
favorite
happened.
cereal?
Lucky Charms.
I
They're
I
magically
hate
delicious.
Lucky Charms with everything inside of me.
No.
Every time I bite into a marshmallow, it gives me the chills.
Yeah,
Come on.
because you don't like nice things.
No, I don't. I don't eat cereal. I don't like milk, first of all.
You-
But
either do I. You know how I eat my cereal?
with water.
Like a cereal killer. No milk.
Do you
eat
really
it-
dry?
I eat it dry.
Do you? See, I can
Yes.
get into that. If I had to pick a dry cereal to eat,
No. No one eats their cereal dry. You guys are crazy.
I'm telling you right now, Ryan,
when-
I eat my cereal dry.
I'm gonna go.
And I have ever since I've been like 8 years old.
Yeah, that's a savage
Dude.
move.
I'm,
Dude,
worried,
if-
I'm
if
worried
El
about
Ca-
you, Tybo.
dude,
Like I said, like a serial killer.
If I'm doing something in my room and I tell Elle to go get like breakfast and she goes to get cereal and there's no milk, she's like holding the milk carton like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I
How am
hate
supposed-
milk, dude. Milk's
I don't like milk
disgusting.
either.
I don't like
But-
anything that's white. Cum, fucking ranch.
I haven't had cereal in
either.
Milk?
so
I don't
long.
either.
I don't like any of it.
I haven't had cereal in so long because it's basically candy.
If I was gonna do it, I would go
I haven't had
cinnamon
cereal
toast
in
crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch comes to
Yeah.
mind. The
Cinnamon Toast Crunch
honeycomb.
is fire.
The
Ooh,
Never a big honeycomb guy.
honeycomb. Smacks is good.
the chocolate.
How poor were you?
Pretty
chocolate
poor.
Oreo. Yeah.
Also,
Cam got like the 5-gallon bags of
yeah,
cereal.
it wasn't like Fruit Loops. It was like Fruity O's.
He had the Lucky
I went.
Shams.
You know, there's like the
Yeah.
when you go to the store, there's like the levels of cereal. Like the
Yes.
top level is like Fruity Pebbles and like all this shit.
The bottom
and then
shelf?
the bottom is the bags.
It didn't even have a
I had the
box.
bags. Yeah, it was like Fruity O's and like all the fake shit. Yeah, we had those.
I love Lucky Charms as well. The only
Oh,
thing with that
jeez.
is it's only like 20% of the cereal that I actually love, which is the marshmallows. So it's hard for me
I
to
don't
put that
like the marshmallows. It gives me the chills.
in a top list.
Every time I bite into a marshmallow, it gives me the chills.
All right, so I need some validation. People don't ever believe that French Toast Crunch existed.
French toast crunch? Yeah.
I thought you said you guys are fucked.
We might be.
Yeah.
Huh?
French Toast Crunch, underrated.
Yeah, I'll have an. Oh yes. it
Oh
is
yeah, I'll
very-
take one more.
Can I get one more?
Yeah, do you want ice?
No, I'm okay.
So there's no more of the mango.
That's okay.
I don't want any milk in mine, though. Thank you.
I'll take a. Tybo will take a slugger of milk.
Oh, God.
Uh.
Maybe, is that why I'm so skinny?
Oh Jesus.
So what are you having?
Surprise me.
Milk.
Okay.
Literally anything.
That
He'll have a beer.
ice?
No, I'm fine with it. Yeah, with just whatever.
Or like martinis.
That was a
like,
nice
going back
No, French toast crunch was a real thing.
Yeah.
Have
People
you
don't
g-
believe me.
This
they
is
think
this
I'm a
is
liar.
this is a surprising cereal that was really good. O's.
If you say Captain Crunch, I
Have you-
swear to God.
O's. You
Was
might-
that the one that was like
Roof.
they look like acorns?
No, they were called O's.
The
They were like-
Oreo O's?
No,
Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes was pretty good.
I'm not a Frosted Flake
But
fan.
by far-
Frosted Mini Wheats are good.
By
Those
far and
are
away,
actually crazy underrated for being semi-healthy.
the best one, Honey Bunches of Oat.
I don't mind
Fuck
Honey
outta
Bunches
here,
of
dude.
Oats.
You gotta
I only
go.
like the
What?
cluster. I
You
only
don't
like
like
the
it?
cluster though, like the granola
I
cluster.
know, but you can eat it all together,
Yeah.
and their commercials are great, man.
Yeah.
They do a lot for their employees.
Yeah.
So were Smack Jacks and those good.
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks are good.
Apple Jacks.
I
for
can
money.
get behind some Apple Jacks.
I feel like I'm forgetting a big one, but
Oh, there's a lot of them.
what about all the Captain Crunch? The Captain Crunch line.
No.
now?
No,
Crunch
Captain
berries.
Crunch. You know what?
The
if you like
peanut butter
Captain
one
Crunch,
was good.
if you like Captain Crunch, you're probably into like
You're gonna hate.
BDSM
You're
right
gonna
now.
hate.
Like
You're
you
gonna
like
hate
it.
Al.
No, hear me out. Well, you better be careful.
I
dude,
just
because
like the peanut
if you,
butter one.
If you like torture,
Oh, Reese's peanut butter cups.
yes, you're not
No, no,
hearing
no,
me.
the
Guys,
Captain
Reese's
Crunch.
peanut butter
No,
puffs.
no,
guys,
no.
guys, you're not hearing me. If you enjoy Captain Crunch, you enjoy pain.
Oh,
if you
'cause
enjoy
it's hard.
pain from a young age,
But you
It's not
you don't
that
do milk, so you don't soften it up.
oh God, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Cam, you're number 5, just real fast.
Mm-hmm.
That does happen. I
It
think
does
we
happen.
all have seen
In real life,
relationships.
you're full of
Oh,
shit.
is this the Oktoberfest?
No.
What is it?
The brown ale, the summer brown ale
I didn't know we had this.
by Refuge. It reminds me of Moose Remember when we
Oh, it's pretty good. It does taste like Moose Stroll.
That's what it reminds me of.
Good pick, Missy.
No.
That
Thank
is
you.
Good.
Thank you.
Tastes like coffee, not the person.
IHOP coffee.
No,
That's the
I
guy.
think-
That's
okay.
coffee. Coffee. I know you're listening. I think about you with number 1,
Dirty
dirty
sex.
sex.
What are you saying?
Like-
Coffee smells?
I'm just saying, if he's at practice all day and then he goes home to love his wife, heaven forbid he pulls another ACL while doing so.
No,
Uh,
he did not.
I mean, I'll let him tell you that story.
Oh my God.
How hard are you going? I'm very
Dude,
athletic.
What kind of crazy positions are you getting where you're blowing out an ACL?
I thought you were gonna say my number 5 with the hot girls, ugly girl.
Yeah,
ugly
no,
guy.
that. Okay, yeah.
I
So
thought you
number
were
5.
saying. No,
That does happen. I mean, I
it's
think we
not.
all know.
It's not often though.
But we all have.
It's not as often as in movies.
But we do have friends that one way or another are mismatches.
Well, looks alone,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I mean.
Looks alone, yes. But I think in the movies they portray it as like
A
that
down
guy's
on
got to
the-
have money.
yeah.
The guy's got to. I mean,
Yeah.
he's there's no 2s that are getting 10s
Without money.
without money or without fucking whatever it is.
There's
Not that
really
crazy.
there's really three things: money, comedy, Big Johnson.
But that doesn't even. I don't think that's a. I think the Big Johnson thing is a hoax.
I agree.
I think it's a hoax.
I honestly don't think women. I said
They
that-
don't give a shit.
Well, I don't think anyone.
Well, there's
wants
no micros, but there's. I think there's. If you just got an average size, you're gonna be an
Dude.
average size.
I gotta believe in it. I've got a penis that's 1.5 inches long, and it's-
Damn, you're a micro guy then.
I'm
Tybo
Okay.
needs something to believe in.
No, I don't think. I don't think the Johnson size is a real thing. Like,
no. if
I
you-
think it's more of a hindrance more than anything anymore.
I think a lot of. I'm not a woman, but I would think, from what I've heard and
You don't
read,
want fucking.
you don't want
No, you don't want.
something. You don't want anaconda.
I read a thing recently. I can't remember what I read it on, but it was like
Probably
the
Reddit.
duration of sex. like the duration of like what you're actually supposed to.
Okay, hold on. What do you guys think your average is?
Duration.
Minutes.
After,
After reading this, it's
after 6 beers, you get a little extra.
Oh,
After
6 beers?
that changes it drastically.
Yeah, 6 beers. Let's
That's
go
only
3
two-
beers.
That's
That's
only
an
2
ex-
sluggers.
For you,
That's an intense bell curve.
True.
yeah, 6 beers for me,
It's
and
kind
I'm
of what my penis looks like
Yeah,
after.
real
two
fast side note. You, more so than maybe anyone that I've met, are the exact same before beers, and then you can have like 4 sluggers, and
But
he's like the same.
Tybo's like a mountain climber. Tybo's like this.
I'm like the guy.
Tybo's like going.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the yole yole yole
That's what I was gonna say, the guy on
yole,
Price is
and then he
Right.
goes like this. He falls off the cliff,
That's
and
one
then
of my
he's, and then
favorite
he's on the
games.
bottom of the. He's there, and that's my favorite Tybo.
I'm
Is at the
sim-
bottom.
So I'm similar to that, but Tybo's like steady line
Yeah.
is much longer than mine.
Oh, for sure.
Much longer. Like
yeah,
you
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mine it depends on what I drink.
mine too.
If I
Mine
drink
too.
whiskey, I can usually go. You've seen me drink whiskey. I could drink whiskey with. Fucking,
Why do you think I don't drink hard alcohol? I know my limits.
No, and like White
I
Claws,
know.
White Claws, I'm good. Like if I drink, but if I don't drink White Claws and I drink 7 White Claws, my
7
minutes
White Claws
my
is a
minutes
lot.
are gonna go because it's 5%.
Okay, after 3 beers, what do you think?
3 beers.
15 minutes.
15? I'm not
Yeah.
that long.
Jesus.
Not that
Yeah,
long.
that's long for me.
Is it long? Well, are you talking
not that long.
duration or are you talking? I got
Yeah, what is considered start to
Yeah.
finish? I mean,
When-
I think we can
when do
agree
you
on
come?
finish. But what's
Well,
considered
what's considered?
start?
Yeah. What are you talking? Are you talking
Penis,
like
like the way
first
sex starts.
penetration, not talking foreplay and shit like that?
Yeah, you don't get to
10
you know
minutes.
go in and eat
10
her
minutes.
out and then
10
do
minutes.
something else.
10
Oh,
minutes.
okay, so yeah,
I'm 10 minutes.
I was gonna say like 8 to 10.
10 minutes.
3 beers you said or 6?
3 beers. 3 beers.
I mean,
6, I'm going to
Appar-
15 all day.
Apparently, I'm an
Yeah.
apparently I'm an anomaly.
It does make a difference. I'd say yeah, around 10, maybe a little bit north of 10.
Well, the actual like you get the guy.
Yeah,
that
what
I
was the
went for a
average?
fucking hour.
No,
It was
You're
like
full of
after
shit.
like 11 minutes,
She
you're
stopped liking
No,
you.
after 11 minutes, you're like doing damage.
Is
Like
that
it's
really
not
the
good.
truth?
Yeah,
Really?
like you're not supposed to do it
to
like,
yourself or to them?
Not to yourself. No, there's no fucking.
Well, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I don't,
you ain't breaking
this
your
is
dick.
this is all news to me, so I
no,
don't know.
like you're just. That's it. Like that's where it ends. Like for
11?
the yeah.
Yeah, I
you
feel like
But everybody's been to that whiskey dick where you can go, fuck, I'm out of breath before I fucking,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That has happened.
that's mental. I think
Did you ever used to smoke weed and have sex?
Me, dude.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Dude, it's awesome.
Couldn't
It's pretty
tell ya.
good. It's like it's like a numbing agent.
So I don't
Makes
think
you feel like a stallion.
it is kind of a numbing agent. This is gonna sound. Take it however you want to take it. You just feel closer to that person. You feel more engaged with them.
like Avatar.
Well, that's just a product of you're fucking high and you think you. Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
No, I know what you're saying.
You feel closer
know
to
what
the
you're saying,
person.
yeah.
There's
Dude,
a different bond there.
The new pen that
don't-
I got, it'll do it for you.
ballpoint, nice.
Yeah,
I'm-
ballpoint.
I
It's
am a
great.
full advocate of sex while high. I think
Yeah.
it is awesome.
So to stick on this subject,
Not too high though. Too
Tybo-
high is bad.
Tybo, I want you to expand on your number 1. I think it is an outstanding pick, maybe the best pick of the night.
Thank you.
And but I want you to.
Oh,
I want to go,
go,
into
go
some
ahead and I'll
details.
tell you what I think
Don't
happens.
fucking
No,
take
go ahead.
this one over.
I don't, no, I'm not going to because I don't think you
Don't
have.
hijack
I
me,
don't think
Osama.
you have what I have for the reasoning.
What do you got? Like a power washer?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So, for me,
You can't.
when
I just get up.
you are done having you and your partner are done having a great time together, meshing bodies, just
There's a mess.
there's a mess. Now, I think I know where you're gonna get at. If you're okay with just, I'm not really a condom guy, so there's gonna be a mess.
Okay.
Are you a condom guy?
Or if you're married and you
I
kinda
don't think
just-
I've.
Or if you've had work done to where that's not an issue anymore, you can kind of just roll over and, whatever. Still, even then, there's some residue.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by work done?
The work that I've
Whether-
had done.
Whether you've had a
Oh,
woman has had
yeah.
her tubes tied,
Oh,
or whether
I
a
got you, I
man
got
has
you.
had
I'm all clipped up,
a
lady.
vas-
Sorry.
a vasectomy.
Yeah. I got one kid and she's the best. I'm not going for any more.
There's gonna be a mess, and regardless, you're still like, I can't even think of a time. I mean, actually, I can. But there has been
On
times.
second thought,
there has been times where, oops, sorry, I don't just roll over and put my pants on.
You
and
find
ju-
your underwear that you threw on the ground.
Dude, I want a towel and clean myself off. And second off, who doesn't take a leak after they fucking do it? That's how you get UTIs.
Let
In
me.
movies, no, I'm not done yet, bro. I'm getting on my goddamn soapbox. Either A, there's cleanup because you pulled out. We'll just call it what it is. You pulled out, there's some cleanup that needs to be done. Or second off, you don't really care and you're inside another person. That's just what it is.
Can I tell you what I wrote? Dumping loads. You're just dumping loads in them.
that was your note.
That was my note. It was like, that's the only way you don't have a cleanup.
Even then, bro, what do
Not
you
your
think
problem.
is what
Not
do you
your
think is
problem at that
all
point.
around your
No, I know it
fucking
is.
Johnson?
Oh, absolutely.
You
But
just go
it's-
to sleep. And guess what? In movies, do you ever see them put on fucking underwear after? No, they're just rolling around with all that shit on their nice
Yeah.
sheets. Their however many thousand thread sheets.
Brooke Linens, baby. That's my next sponsor.
It is ridiculous. And that is literally just unfathomable to me. And to stay on the sex and movies thing, where do I buy these sheets where only half the sheet comes up to the guy's sternum and the other one goes up to the girl's above her tits?
Oh,
Where do you
got the,
find
you
those
got the
sheets at?
mismatch. Yeah.
Where do you find those sheets?
Those are the split beds where you can flip it up and shit.
That's Hogwarts sheets. Those are Hermione. That's a Hermione.
Oh,
line.
Jesus. I would
I
want to
know, am I
her.
crazy? Because after you have sex, there's some cleanup, man.
Absolutely.
There's cleanup
Yep.
to be done.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm
only
with you,
my
Tyler.
only thing was if you're dumping loads and you are a savage. If
See-
you're dumping loads and you just pull out and fucking go to sleep.
That's still a savage move, bro.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
Wait, Oh, you say you
You're dumping loads inside.
inside and then you pull out. I
and
got
then
it.
you just go to sleep and then you just wake up with you just rip the sheet off like a fucking band-aid.
That's just a different form of animal that I
Yeah.
don't ever want to be a part of.
I'm with
I'll
Tybo.
be honest.
I mean, I wash my feet before I go to bed. For heaven's sakes, like, what do you?
Yeah.
Do people not care about UTIs? Do people not know that's a thing?
I personally don't think about that.
I'll be honest.
I think about that all the time.
Okay, so
All the time.
the pull-out
That's
method.
the number
this-
one way to get a UTI.
the
It's
pull-
not to urinate after having sex.
But that
Male
don't-
or female.
The pull-out method is not a bad method.
It's not the greatest
It works.
it's a great method. I mean,
It's a great method.
until it doesn't.
So
It's never
I,
not worked. For me.
So
For me
I'm gonna
either.
be
I'm
honest.
gambling.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've put on a condom more than 10 times in my life. I didn't pull out once. That was a product. Literally once.
One
In-
time?
Once in my entire career.
You've got great swimmers, dude.
in my-
Oh, strong swimmer.
that's a first ballot Hall of Famer right there.
That is
Strong swimmers. Yeah.
Those are like the
Yeah.
salmon of Capistrano.
Yes. They go upstream. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone disagree? I
no,
don't understand.
No, it's disgusting.
I don't think anyone's gonna argue on that one.
Do you know a great example of that? I don't know if you've watched it yet. Monsters Ball.
No, I need
You
to.
you should watch it. It's actually a really good movie. But he goes ham on Halle Berry, and then he just like goes to town, and he just they're going, and then they're on the couch too,
can
which is
literally-
just like the couch is like you gotta clean up at the couch. People
have
sit on your
to.
couch.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
there's-
just common
yeah,
courtesy.
Like that's just you're on the couch, and they just roll over, and it's like, I don't know about that. I don't know
That's
if you're just
disgusting.
yeah, but he is really old in the movie, so maybe they're just saying that he's dead
what,
at that point.
You know what I'm learning from this conversation?
What are you learning?
We need
Pull
to,
out method works.
No, we need to write a movie that's just real life,
Yeah.
real dialogue,
Yeah.
real sex scenes,
Have
real
you ever
cleanups.
have you ever watched
love stories.
Spend
Yes.
like 2.5 minutes of
Have you ever
Everything,
watched
dude.
Have you
her
ever
on her
watched
back
Shameless?
just waiting for you.
No, I haven't.
Shameless is the closest you can get to like a real people's. Well, it's obviously
We need to do it.
astronomically weird, but in the beginning you're like, "Fuck, man, their family's fucked up just like mine." Maybe that was just me.
We're all gonna star in it. Tybo's
Yeah.
gonna saddle up at the bar. Can I get a beer? And they're gonna be like, "What do you want?"
A
know?
beer. I want a fucking beer.
Come on, you
Cam's
guys
gonna-
don't know I
yeah.
drink Bud Light.
Cam's
like,
gonna have sex.
all
There's
the
gonna
time.
be toilet paper. There's gonna be a lot of things going
Yeah.
on.
No, I do underwear.
Cam
MeUndies,
doesn't pull
bro.
out.
There's gonna be,
I'm always wipe up with MeUndies.
and we're gonna call The true
you-
story.
Is that how you wipe up with MeUndies?
Yeah, you take them off, you leave them up by your pillow, and then you fucking wipe up with them.
Wow, that's efficient. I don't do that. I'm more wasteful. I use toilet paper.
Oh, I don't do that.
I use towels.
I'm not.
hand
Well, the
towels.
thing with the
Really?
thing with
But now, before people give me shit like, "Oh, you wipe your hands with those hand towels," I've
You
got
wash
two.
'em.
I've got 2 sets of hand towels.
I just put it in my guest room.
I've got a. I've got a.
yeah, the one you live when you come over.
I've got a set of hand towels that you use for your face and your body and your hands. And you have the other set that you use as cum rags.
No, I'm just I'm a MeUndies. I got them on every day. Take them off. I know I'm not gonna wear them again. Throw them in the wash.
I hope my grandparents
You know
don't
which-
listen to this.
And you always know which ones. Like when you're doing your laundry, you're like, oh Jesus, all right, here we go.
Yeah, I can't relate. But
Would you not wear them again? Is that like a personal preference?
no. I
So you do wash them.
I shit my underwear once and rewore them after wash,
Oh,
post wash.
I was just about to say.
that's a
you just
big-
had a story that you needed
yeah.
to tell because
I think you guys have heard that story.
that you shit your pants.
Yeah, and it's only once, and
I've shit my pants.
I'm not proud
I've
of it.
shit my pants.
I've shit my pants.
It's only happened once.
I'll
have
tell
you,
my-
pe-
I'll
have you
tell my
peed, have you
story.
peed the bed
No.
recently?
No, never.
Not even drunk.
No. I've
Okay, so-
never, ever done that.
Okay, so
I kind of want to tell our shitting our pants story because mine's actually pretty funny.
I
Mine's
have
pretty
the-
funny,
I've
too.
told you guys before. I don't know.
How
if
can
it's,
it not be funny?
I've told
You
the
shit your pants, shit
I've told
happens.
the best shitting your
Have a good
pants. The best shitting your pants story ever is at my bachelor party.
You shit your pants. at your
No,
bachelor-
I didn't shit my pants. A person
that
that was
doesn't
with me
count.
shit his
But
pants.
have you?
I have.
Have
heard
I
this
shit my
story.
pants?
Yeah.
I have
Yes,
heard
I have
this
shit my
story.
pants.
Have you peed yourself?
Okay, so
I did it at your house, Rebel.
no, I was really drunk that night. and I didn't pee my pants.
I know.
I did take a big shit in your bathroom right before I left.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. Guess.
All right, all right. Fucking either
No,
we're
good
talking
for
about
you.
pissing
Okay.
yourself or shitting yourself. Sorry.
No.
One or two, one or
Okay,
two.
piss my pants. Yes, I have pissed my pants, and it has. And I was having a dream
That's
that
how
I
it
was
always
pissing.
starts.
That I was
That's how
pissing
it
my
always
pants,
starts. Yep.
and I was really, really drunk, and I pissed my pants. And I got like halfway through it, and I was like,
Shit.
woke up, and I was like, I really just pissed all over myself.
That's how they all
I
Yeah.
start.
just-
That's
I,
how-
I've
Yeah.
never. I can't relate. That's never happened to me.
All
Never
right.
pissed your pants? Have you ever pissed on anything?
All right, hold on.
Like
I-
got up in the middle of the night and pissed on anything? I pissed
No.
in.
I wanna
fucking,
tell my
a
two stories.
like in my.
That,
I
I've
pissed
seen that
in a
happen
laundry
live.
basket where I lifted up the fucking
I've seen
the
that
laundry
happen.
basket and pissed into it and went back to sleep.
That's one of them that doesn't even crack my top 5.
No, he's done that more than once.
So my best pissing the bed, it wasn't the bed, but my best pissing story is I woke up, I went into my closet, and I've got a Tony Parker jersey that fit me when I was. Oh,
That
shit.
deserves to get pissed on.
I don't think that thing fit me since I was 9 years old. I don't even know where I found it. And I was cognizant enough to put it down on the floor for some reason.
And then pissed on it.
And then I pissed all over it. I woke up the
So
next
you are
morning.
a Laker fan.
I'm like, what the fuck? How did I find this Tony
Yeah.
Parker jersey? Pissed all over it.
You are a Laker fan.
So when I shit myself, I knew.
I shit myself awake though.
Oh, I was awake.
Oh,
yeah,
were
yeah,
you?
yeah,
I
so
was-
was I.
I was
was-
awake and I
I
was
was-
like I kind of knew it was coming, but I didn't know.
I was
Yeah.
fully awake.
Brutal.
So I went to-
Sober.
I was sober, and I think I was maybe 13. Yeah, it was the year before I went to high school.
Oh, this is a long time ago. I shit myself recently.
But this is a good one. Trust me. You hang with me, Cameron. This will be a good one. I knew going into football practice
I like it already.
that my body was not working the way I wanted it to work. And throw me one of those when you're done.
No,
Pablo.
I'm just
No, yeah.
smelling them.
Yeah, just throw me one.
Oh,
How many are in there? 'Cause I might take 2.
there's 3 total.
Perfect. Cameron, you get the last one.
I just want to smell it.
Smells like mint.
Yeah.
So I roll into football practice knowing that
You weren't feeling great.
I'm not functioning in top form. And I knew one of the coaches really well, and I told him that. And I said, hey, man, I don't feel very good. He goes, all right, you're going to tough it out. Because I knew him. He was a coach at Elsinore, one of my dad's friends.
Who?
He was a black guy. I think he was like a D-line coach at Elsinore. Probably.
Lyman?
D-line coach when you were there.
Lime was it Coach Lyman though?
It might have been shorter, stockier.
I wonder if that's him. If you had Lyman, he's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
and I loved
super
him.
cool.
He was super cool.
Yeah.
And I told him, and I knew him growing up around, Elsinore and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, man, I don't feel very good. He's like, oh, you'll tough it out, thinking I was being a pussy. Long story short, first drill of the day is kickoff return. And I was on kickoff return. I got blindsided, and I shit myself. The first 10 minutes of practice, the guy hit me so hard. When
Wait.
people say you got hit so hard you shit yourself, I mean it.
So it was on impact you shit yourself.
On impact,
Oh.
I shit myself.
See, I feel like that's a trauma injury more so than.
Bro, it was coming either way, but it was the first hit I was going to take either way.
Oh,
He
that's
hit me
so
so hard.
funny.
And I'm just, the worst part was the panic in myself when people were on top of me.
Yeah, what did
And-
you do? Bless
Dude,
you.
I was so scared that kids would smell it.
3 every time.
I was so scared that kids would smell it. I was like trying to roll off the bottom of the pile or to get the kid off top of me because I didn't want anyone to know. And I run up to the coach and I go, Coach, I got to go to the restroom now. And he must have saw it in my eyes. Like I was scared.
The fear.
I was scared, dude. And he goes, all right, we can't let you go to the bathroom alone. So, Coach had to run up with me. I probably spent 30 minutes in the bathroom trying to
Clean up.
clean up as best I could. Fucking just, you know what I did?
In football pants.
You know what I did in that
Yeah,
jock
that's-
strap? I fucking practiced the rest of the day. I didn't give a shit. And I stunk. I knew it. And like in retrospect, I knew it. And I'll never forget coming home. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I shit myself. Like,
Have fun with that laundry, Mom.
it was so bad. So
Oh.
that was the time I shit myself.
Mine was at the El Ranchito Taco Shop in Elsinore.
I bet you're not the only one that happened to.
Shit my pants. Yeah. Thought I had to just like a mediocre fart coming and just not a fart, a full shit. Yeah, full shit. Not even like a splashy one. It was like
What'd you do?
I threw my underwear away.
No, but all right, let's be honest. Every time you shit yourself,
okay, so-
there's the initial onset of panic where you
No.
go, how do I handle this?
This is the
Where's
thing.
the restroom?
This is the thing is like my friends that I grew up with. I mean, you met a lot of them.
Yes.
Super cool dudes. Like to where the point where you could just go, dude, I just fucking shit myself. Like I could just tell them and they're like, oh fuck, no way. And you're like, yep, going in.
I
take
pray
your
for
un-
that story, dude. I was
Oh,
so
yeah.
fucking, that scarred
Yeah,
me.
I just,
That's funny.
no, I wasn't even embarrassed. It was like, fuck yeah. I should.
Dude, I had to go to school with those kids. I'm like, I hope none of them smelled it.
Yeah, you
Like,
just gotta wear
Yeah.
that.
Just
See, my
literally-
high school
you
friend.
literally got to wear it.
I mean,
I
my,
wore
hi-
it.
my high school friends were just like, they were savages. Just
I
like
wasn't
me.
in high school, dude. You know,
You did it in Pop Warner?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said Vista.
No. I was in Pop Warner, bro.
Jesus. Yeah, those are kids from different schools.
a little
Yes.
fella.
Yes.
Yeah, you shit your pants.
I was in
good.
8th grade.
That could have
Oh my
that could have
God.
spread across the county.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It spread across the field at the very minimum.
Oh, the
But-
coach told on you.
Probably. Like, how do
Yeah.
you...
Your dad's was the coach.
He was probably
told on
drinking beer with the other coaches and like, man, that little
Dude,
Tybo kid, he fucking.
And you know what?
shit
You know what
himself.
I hope?
you. If it was Lyman,
You know what I
bet
hope,
he
though?
was actually a super cool dude. He wouldn't have told on you.
He wouldn't have, but there was another coach that was not him that followed me up to the bathroom and was just say, "You good, bro?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just
Yeah, it's
you know,
messy in
yeah,
here.
it's,
That's brutal.
But you know what? I hope those coaches respected me because I fucking stayed. I didn't fucking call mommy.
Yeah.
I go, you know what? I'm just gonna wear this.
Tail
the rest
your
of
tail pad chafed your ass though.
Dude, you know how hard? I swear to God, that's part of the story. I worked really hard to make sure that tail pad and like I looked on
It's
the pants.
clean.
I'm like, all right, we're clean. It might stink, but I'm gonna make sure like nothing, something probably blotched out. But
Oh, that's good. That's,
That's
good.
so wild.
That's good.
Oh, Tybo.
have you ever been hit so hard you shit yourself?
Literally.
All right, anywhere else you guys want to go?
What about the unconscious thing? Does that ever bother you guys as much as it bothers me?
I thought about that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie. It's called Commando.
I
It's
have
with
not.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's
Huh?
a older movie, and there's so many instances of this, to where you go like the movie's supposed to be a serious, not serious, but like his daughter gets kidnapped, and he's going to try to find her, and there's so many points of this where you go, holy shit, man, Like, this is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. Like, people get in car crash, and then they're just told, like, they walk away fine. Or they, like, there's a point where he gets knocked out, and he's driving a car, and he pushes the car back over, and he gets in it and drives away. And you're
So-
like, you're definitely concussed, motherfucker. You shouldn't be driving.
So that's different for me, and I didn't put it, but I want to say like exploding, like explosions where they
Oh, yeah.
Just
jump
walk
and
away.
they fly away. No, bro.
Bad
if they
boys.
Last
explode-
action hero.
Yeah, John Wick, I get it. You gotta be willing to suspend all willing suspense of disbelief when you're watching John Wick,
I'm happy that you said that.
because he gets hit by cars. He's
Yeah.
getting horses to drop kick people.
Yeah.
I'm talking normal movies where that's not really, the mainstay of the movie where a guy's a badass. They just get in a fight and the guy gets knocked out, and all of a sudden he's fine. It's like, no, dude, you're unconscious for like 5 minutes. You have trauma.
The worst unconscious is when they get punched 94 times and they don't go unconscious. Because I've seen the UFC.
Yeah.
You go to fucking sleep. You get hit like that, you go to sleep. I think that's more egregious when they get punched so many times and it's like, dude, you're going, like, you can't
You're
make it
out.
through that. You can't do it. I've
So-
seen Conor McGregor starch people. And it's,
But maybe they're not getting or punched by Conor McGregor.
yeah.
But another thing I was close to making my list was, why is it in every movie, like
You see
Kill
this?
Bill, like Kill Bill, for example?
You see that?
What the fuck's going on there?
There's a
Where-
ghost.
Dude, what is that?
Stop fucking around.
All right, for those that can't see this,
There's a White Claw moving on its own.
a White Claw is legitimately moving on its own.
Maybe he likes this song?
Dude,
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
what
I
the-
wasn't the only one.
Dude, what the
'Cause
fuck
that's it,
is
start
going
over
It's
here.
still it's still moving.
It's dancing.
What the fuck?
Dude, what is going on right now?
Wow. That
All right, I'm gonna put it on the Instagram story for everybody. That's
And you didn't even
You saw
capture
it
the
move,
most
right?
moments.
that is
magic.
what
David
the
Blaine
fuck
shit.
is that? All right, so
It's-
anyway,
look at it. Look at it. Look
dude,
at it.
it's
So you
still
either believe
moving.
it.
Dude, what is going on right
So
now?
you either believe in ghosts or you don't.
So when we were building this place, there
Dude,
was a lot that
what?
happened that was like kind of whoa.
Okay, so I
All
used,
good thing. Look at this.
oh,
Dude,
it's spinning now.
Cameron, put your hands up.
It's still moving. Oh my god.
Dude, what the fuck is going on right now?
Is there?
Oh
anything-
my
Dude,
God.
holy shit.
Is there anything in it?
Yeah, it's got.
Yes. Not really, but still, how does it move?
Put it back down. If you're here, move it.
Don't dude,
Don't fuck
do
around
not
with that.
Do that.
Don't fuck
Ryan.
around with that.
Do not, Ryan, you just conjured some shit.
Look at it go. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I'm sorry, this is bad podcast material, but oh my god,
Yeah,
this,
no,
is,
we're being
this is
quiet.
fucking amazing.
What?
Dude,
I might leave.
No, you're fine.
dude, this is incredible. But what I oh my god, this is incredible.
Dude, did I talk shit on somebody that was dead?
Oh god.
What the fuck is going on?
This is wild.
I don't want to fucking be part of this. Can I smash that can?
Dude, I don't like this.
I don't know. Maybe we should call it here, boys.
One last thing. I hate when like one person like in Kill Bill is fighting 90
No
people.
way.
And they go one at a time. All right, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
see,
call
I
it.
don't
Yeah,
think
let's
we can
call it.
focus.
Yeah, I
All
don't
right.
care.
We'll,
All right. We love you. Put our ranks on there though, because that's,
All right.
that's a fun thing to
All right,
do.
Oh, yeah.
first and foremost, before we leave,
That's
if you
really
could-
freaking me out though.
if you could rank the three of us on looks
Personality.
and
Give me like a 9
personality,
and an 8 or whatever.
and then
you want.
also try to tell me how that shit's happening, because there's no air. There's literally no. There's nothing going on here.
My only thought is the fan.
It just fucking moved when you put your hand next to it. There's no way it's the fan. The fan's off.
Dude, it's still moving.
We got to turn the fan off and see what happens. If it's still moving after that, then I'm fucking
I'm
outta here.
fucking out of here so quick.
All right.
dude.
Thanks for
All right.
listening.
Follow us
Get to
on
fucking work.
Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah,
Five
tell
on
your-
a Pod.
Tell your friends. Tell it. It's
Oh
still
my
moving.
God. I don't like this.
All right.